It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group station. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Bruins welcomed Jim Montgomery back to TD Garden last night by blowing out his current team. Pavel Zacha scored twice. Morgan Geekie added a power play goal and 2 assists, and the Bruins beat St. Louis 5-2.
It was huge. I said on the radio that, nobody knew if it was going to count or not. Nobody celebrated. We just all stared at the clock, but it's huge, especially going into the third to get a little bit bigger lead, and for power play and special teams come through like that.
Jonas Corpusalo added 37 saves in net. Bruins are now 10-5 at home this season. They play New Jersey at the Garden tomorrow night. In other team news, Charlie McAvoy skated in a red non-contact uniform at morning skate. Celtics didn't have Jaylen Brown last night, but they didn't need him. They blew out the worst team in the Eastern Conference, the Washington Wizards, 146-101. Derek White, 30 points. He led 6 Celtics in double figures. The Green play the Lakers at TD Garden tonight. Granny and Max have the pregame at 6:30 and the tip-off at 7 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. L.A. won in Toronto last night, but they didn't have Luka Doncic, and they may not have him tonight after the birth of his second child. Patriots off for their bye week, but the accolades keep rolling in. Travion Henderson yesterday voted the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Month for November. He also won the Rookie of the Week for last week. The Red Sox yesterday sent outfielder Joe Stinson Garcia and a minor leaguer to Pittsburgh in exchange for starting pitcher Johan Oviedo and a pair of minor leaguers. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Catches Law. At Catches, they specialize in helping those who have been injured not only from a one-time incident, but from a lifetime of hard work and labor. Does this sound like you? Visit CatchesLaw.com. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 6:30.
Takes the step, rolling to his right. He's being chased by Judon. Drake May on the run for the 5. Gets away.
Drake May knows it.
Boston, I think it's the best sports city in the world.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Toucher
You might hate me, but you're listening.
and Hardy
Don't bother me. I'm at the Pickle Palace.
on 98.5.
I know what I'm capable of.
He said something about peanut butter, right?
Yeah, boning, baby. Make America nut again.
That's gross. That's disgusting.
Let's talk about cheese.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I was at dinner with my wife and a friend.
Kitty, kitty, pussy, kitty, kitty, kitty. Flap, flap, flap.
Shut up, I'm trying to talk to Paul.
Toucher and Hardy
Good luck trying to put your finger in it when there's a million holes.
on 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Let's go.
Writing poems or bars or choruses or verses or melodies or songs. This has been a lot of fun. Just like I guess they call it journaling.
I guess that is what they call it.
Yes.
Yeah. Hi. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are Toucher and Hardy, Town Fair Tire Studios, 617-779-0985. You can watch us on YouTube. Subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube to watch us live. It's up there for good. Lots and many, many hours. Many, 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 many hours up there of our fantastic show. A lot to get to today. Albert Breer scheduled to be in for an hour. Cedric Maxwell, Kendra's in. We have, of course, we pivoting. We're not doing the Pat McAfee song today. We'll save that for next week. We do have the Dork podcast with Gary Tanguay, who's been avoiding this show. I got an email from someone very concerned that I was bad-mouthing the Rich Keefe Dork podcast yesterday, which I wasn't. I've done the Dork podcast.
Yeah,
I just questioned Gary doing it and not doing this show. I mean, I've known there's no way Rich Keefe has known Gary for as long as I have. And Gary used to fill in on this show. Gary's was a regular guest on this show. Like, it's ridiculous.
I wonder if Gary will call in today when we're doing this segment. That would be nice.
Nah. No. I got to work with Phil Hardman.
What?
That's difficult to do these days.
Not Phil Hartman, stupid. Phil Hardman.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's a Phil Hartman impersonator.
No.
Okay.
No, he's doing something with TT Boy. We're looking for an Arm in the Fall, kind of like a parody adult film.
What?
With Rocky, it's really just a true hardcore representation of the book The Arm in the Fall.
So let's see what you got, homeboy.
But we're just gonna cast Rocky Suarez. We got to see what I'm on a jug hunt.
I'm an animal.
I know.
The guy to play the male detective, the love interest of Rocky Suarez. We're thinking of MILF Hunter.
It's a softcore version of a Hustler's staple. I call mine Jug Hunt. And that way it is. It's to keep everything above board.
Yeah, we're thinking of casting the MILF Hunter. We don't know what he's been up to for a while. He would maybe even his cameraman. Maybe it's a guy filming Rocky Suarez going down the street and having Gonzo style sex. Hi-ya! Like these videos where the chicks are having the bachelorette parties, and the guys are dancing around, and everyone's doing what have you. It's a real male fantasy. Anyway, you get it. We're going to try it all out,
Well, listen, speaking of films, I'm so pissed off and disappointed in you, Fred, because it's just sad. I almost feel sorry for you. As I went to the movies yesterday and saw Predator Badlands.
Oh.
And this is a movie that Fred walked out of. How long did you last?
About a half hour, 25 minutes.
Okay, well, I guess you just didn't understand it.
No.
Is that what happened? You just
I understood what was going on. I just didn't care. And I was with my daughter, and my daughter certainly wasn't into it, and there was no English until they found the robot lady.
Right, and then it's mostly English.
Great. Yeah.
It's some alien talk, but I would say once they find the synthetic, spoiler alert, it's 80% English.
And then that was at what point in the film?
You said it about a half an hour in, probably.
Yeah, and that was a long half hour, and then I didn't want to sit through it anymore.
But if your main problem with it was the lack of English, you did yourself a disservice.
Yeah, but it was had been a half an hour, so I was enough. How long's the movie? An hour and a half? So I watched a third of it. So 1/3 doesn't have English.
Did you even see the Kalisk?
I don't recall what the Kalisk is. I might have seen
Christ.
it.
Did you go? Were you even there?
No, I made it up to seem cool.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
You caught me.
Okay. No spoilers here. But
yeah, please don't spoil the new Predator movie, which isn't even new anymore, but go ahead.
The plot of the movie involves it's a standalone. It does not rely on other films in the Predator franchise, although there's a fun crossover that takes place and is prevalent throughout most of the film.
You don't have to know about Predator. You just have to accept these creatures exist and to immediately care about them, even though you don't know anything about them or there's nothing to care about.
It's called science fantasy, dickhead.
Yes, and that's exactly why I feel that's for dickheads, and that's probably a big reason why I left.
Because he doesn't understand it.
No, I understood perfectly that everyone was mean to the Predator.
Yeah.
And then the Predator got shipped off. And
so
then the Predator
he goes
found
to this other
lady.
planet that no one's beat the Kalisk. It's this ultimate, it cannot be killed. Can't be killed. So you go kill this thing, you're going to prove yourself to your father, and you'll be accepted into the clan, and you'll become, part of the Predator clan.
I see.
So this little runt Predator, he flies off to this planet to go kill the Kalisk. But Fred didn't even see the Kalisk because he gave up. Gave up on the film.
And you know that he's the runt Predator because he's the same size as the other Predators,
Not
but
true.
yet they're bigger than him. But
He's
yet
small,
they can beat him up.
Tiny Predator?
Not true. He's a little shorter, and he's missing part of his fang.
Part of his what?
fang. They've got
yes,
four
John,
fangs.
that's exactly what I thought.
Okay. I saw the original Predator.
No, it's nothing like that.
Oh.
Original Predator, I again have seen the first 5 minutes and I went, no thank. I don't know if I need this.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah, it's the greatest.
Love the original Predator.
I think it's a legitimately good movie.
And most do, and I understand this makes me half a man. I've been through this many, many times with people much more passionate about it than you. Trust me.
It's true. You've kind of wandered into something you weren't. You weren't aware you were doing it.
You didn't base your life and career on breaking it down repeatedly. But it's somehow apparently a humorous effect, but it's like not okay. Yeah, it's pretty obviously campy.
Exactly.
In fact, I think Predator was almost supposed to be campy, from what I saw.
Yeah.
And then
Carl Weathers and Arnold
therefore
Schwarzenegger
not
class
needing
bars.
breaking down. It's pretty much slaps you in the face with its campiness.
You say campy like that automatically makes it bad, like Rocky Horror Picture Show. Now that's campy, but it's awesome. Come up to the lab.
Name one song in Predator.
Lay down on the slab.
Name one song in Predator. I bet you can't.
Well, Long Tall Sally. When Jesse Ventura's listening to it in a helicopter.
Do they sing it and perform it? Are they wearing lingerie?
No, that's a good point.
Is Meatloaf in it?
You've got me. You've got me there.
Well, yeah, I know. It's an inarguable.
But Tim Curry does play one of the commandos.
Yeah, he's a clown.
It's typecasting.
See what's on the slab.
Adam just has that on his phone.
Yeah, that's right.
He didn't play even that out of the system. But no,
I gotta say,
a lot of people. Predator was a good rated film. I mean, we were hungry that night, as opposed to most nights. But we wanted to go out to dinner, my daughter and I, and we didn't want to go see a particular movie. We wanted to go to that movie theater, and Predator got good ratings. Like, people really liked it, so that's part of the reason I went. But I just don't. If I wasn't with I probably would have stayed if I wasn't with my daughter. But I don't have a lot of patience for that. What movie did I see? Was it like Thor, where it starts off like in this like AI world and it's just all dark and like AI? There's no Thor or any actors, and it was just, I walked out of that too. Like, I just can't handle it. I don't like the pretend world where there's no actors in it. Like, I don't like that.
Obviously, I'm okay with some suspension of disbelief, as I just sat through a movie about, aliens traveling to another alien planet and all that stuff. But I don't like those movies like Thor or whatever else, where you have to go in knowing so much.
You have to watch the 4 movies before that.
Four? If it were only 4, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
So those I don't care for. But let me tell you this. If you ever want a taste of the VIP life, go to a movie, a 1:20 showing on a Thursday, because number one, you got the place to yourself. Number two, say you're meeting a couple of people there and they bought the tickets ahead of time. There's no issues with you going in and trying to scam. It's like, oh yeah, Joe, yeah, he's already in there. Go ahead in. There were 2 other people in the theater, which kind of surprised me, and then the 3 of us. And when I say there was no one else there except for the ticket taker, the concession guy, and the guy working the Nathan's hot dog stand, which I don't think he's been out long. I think his PO got him the job, and he's still learning the ropes, so I didn't bother him.
Okay.
That was it in the entire building. Probably 10 screens, multi-level, so much going on in there. Nobody. I thought the guy who actually didn't scan my ticket but knew what was going on, I thought he was going to escort me down to the theater just because he had nothing else to do. It was fantastic. I'm pretty sure if we asked them to pause the movie so I'd go get a refill, they would have done that too.
That would have been cool.
It would have been great.
Yeah.
But it was luxurious. Place to ourselves. This is awesome.
It's like you rented out the theater.
Wait, who did you go with? Your son? Did you say? Who'd you go with?
I went with my friend Joe and my friend Chris. One of whom is, let's say, underemployed, and the other one is just flat out unemployed.
I haven't seen a movie with a man.
Wow.
I haven't seen a movie with a man since college. I think I saw Private Parts with fraternity brothers of mine, and I have not seen a movie with men. Yeah, since 1997.
I think the last time was when I went with my buddy to see Pulp Fiction, and that would have been, what, 94?
Yeah. I saw Jackie Brown with men, and everyone left disgusted.
I was because everyone left with an hour left because you had already been there for 2.
Yeah, and just went, wow, you like blaxploitation films a lot, and 70 soundtracks.
Enough.
Yeah, so you went with 2 fellas.
It was my buddy Joe's idea, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll buy the tickets. We'll go at 120."
Hey.
Oh, what?
Joey. Stepping up, getting you the matinee tickets. Says,
Yeah.
don't even worry about it. It's on Joe.
Yeah, it was nice.
Now, did you take care of the snacks and everything?
No, because Joe is the one who is, let's just say, actively seeking employment. Is the kind of way of putting it. So he had time. He got there way early. I don't know what time he got into the theater, but I showed up early for me. I was there at like 1:10 for a 1:20 showing, and when I sat down next to him, he was almost finished with his nachos.
Oh.
And he had already gotten into the candy portion of his meal.
So he was really enjoying solitude. He was
there well before us.
Yeah.
Carrie, go ahead.
Well, hey, so this movie, the Predator movie, Hardy, you're talking about a character seeking acceptance, something like that. Maybe if it struck a nerve with Fred, maybe he's looking for acceptance, like from his father,
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I think we all are, but you notice who didn't want to stay at the movie was my daughter, because maybe that didn't resonate with her, because she already has her father's acceptance.
Or
you ever think about that, Carrie?
Or it was too hurtful.
Well,
I was there with her.
I guess. Yeah, I guess
I wasn't there with my unemployed loser friend. What's that?
Well,
Carrie?
and I just thought of something else that Hardy, I'm a little disappointed you had a friend, an unemployed friend, that took you to a movie. Times might be tough, and you're enjoying a movie on his dime. That's pretty rough.
Carrie, we all noticed that, and thank you for saying it.
I tried paying him. He said no. He said, you get the next one. So he thinks this is something we're going to do every Thursday.
He doesn't know you very well
It's
at
a
all.
long, cold winter.
His calendar's wide open now that golf season is over.
Yeah, it's a long, cold winter for Carrie. No question about it. You can turn the heat off at the house.
Actually, spending time with him a second time?
Well, think of what he's saving on electric bills. When they go to the movies, that's their heat.
Yeah.
He can turn his off.
It's either pay the heating bill or go to the movies with Hardy. What do I do here?
Exactly. It's a dealer's choice at that point. But I'm glad you liked it. You're not alone. A lot of people like that stuff. I couldn't do it. And it's probably why my daughter wanted to leave, because she's like, I can't relate to this. I have my father's acceptance. My daughter, who is playing, they didn't make any cuts for the JV basketball team, so she made the JV basketball team.
Oh, good.
Well, that wasn't the plan, I don't think.
Oh.
And
she was going to try out, give it the old college.
I want to meet the coach.
Now a part of her part of her days are blocked off.
I want to meet the coach, because the coach is great, because he was I don't know him, and he was encouraging her to try out to get out of her comfort zone. And I thought it was a great idea that she would try out, and then that would get her out of her comfort zone. But then she told me 25 girls were trying out for 24 positions, and I went, oh, I don't think that would be overly nice if she was the only one they cut. After he had pushed her to try out, I wasn't going to say anything, but so lo and behold, they did take 13 girls on the JV team. I'm guessing my daughter might have been in the conversation for the cuts, and now she's on the team, and I do think she enjoys it, but I don't think she's run. She played basketball, she plays basketball when I coach, but that's once a week, and then a game where everyone plays, and we have 11 girls on a running clock on Saturdays. So these are hour-and-a-half practices every day, and I think that my daughter is this is very good for her, but I don't know if she's run 2 days in a row in her lifetime.
No.
So this is This is a big thing for her.
It's going to be a lot, yeah.
So we're supposed to see Zootopia 2 tomorrow at 4:30. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see if she can move. She has a game on Saturday, running clock game, though. 2 20-minute halves running clock.
Oh, I like that.
I almost don't. It's very hard to make substitutions with 11 girls because you can't just put out 2 groups of 5. So which would be easy if I had 10.
There's some give and take.
Yeah, so it's a running clock, and you can request them to stop the clock and make a substitution, but you don't want to do it often. And this is the league that Now, the league was very apologetic, but you recall what happened 2 years ago in this league.
Yes.
Where I was admonished verbally by a ref. And when I tell you I don't know what I did, yeah, you do, you drunk. No, I wasn't drunk, and I was in my sobriety, and I don't know what I did. I didn't say anything. I was told I was whispering or saying things, making asides. And were you standing up? Ask that question while this happened. Was I standing?
Were you standing up?
No, I was sitting on the bench.
Well, that makes it worse.
Yeah, I was sitting, and the bench meaning a thing in the stands. I was standing in the. I was sitting in the stands.
Yeah, it's the clandestine nature of your behavior.
Almost
that I think
concerned
rubbed them the wrong way.
Almost concerned I wasn't coaching enough. In that I was just sitting there and kind of. Now, the age group of these girls, because they don't get a lot to play, is pretty scattered. It's like 7th through 9th, or almost maybe even 6th. It's 7th through 9th. A lot of age difference there. 7th grade to 9th grade is a fairly large age gap in athletic ability.
Oh, yeah.
And some of these girls have never played basketball before. So what is my goal for this? My goal is that the kid will play basketball the next season. It's not even to win, obviously. It's to have equal playing time and to the girls to learn and have enough fun that they'll want to play again. That was my thing with all my kids' sports. Because I knew when to bail is when it got down to winning, because I don't want to do that. And I don't feel like pushing. Believe me, it's enough with my son. And I'm not even coaching him. So I got out of that quick.
And the best coaching advice I ever heard with coaching kids is just make sure you're not this kid's last coach.
That's exactly the point. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's a better way to put it, is that I just want to make sure that they have a good enough time that they want to play. And that's the last question I ask after the last practice is how many of you guys are going to play again next year? And hopefully they at least lie and say that they will. I've been told, even by this league, that I'm a very popular coach. In fact, when the ref yelled at me and then the league was called in to investigate, they were very apologetic. And I told the parents, I'm like, look, I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm in trouble. And 90% of the parents wrote a letter to the league saying we were there. There was a loud groan from the crowd when I was getting admonished by the kid ref. I honestly don't know what was going on. It was extraordinarily bizarre. I'm led to believe that maybe I think it was a college age ref, and I think maybe they're familiar with the show and not the world's biggest fan. That's the only thing that I could put together, because when I'm telling you I was not doing anything, not only not doing something that was misunderstood, I wasn't doing anything.
This is rec league girls for 13 and 14-year-olds. This is
younger,
where this happened.
12 through 15.
All right, this is
it's about the lowest level. It's a great league, but
I've coached in that league too for the boys. But
NAA is a totally different thing. There's hard-on coaches in that.
Okay,
John, I can't tell you how laissez-faire I am about this thing, other than substituting the girls and making sure they play the same
The overall
amount of time.
point is it's rec league basketball once a week for 12, 13, 14, 15-year-olds, and they're doing this. That I find amazing.
And it's a great league, and it's Newton girls basketball, and I encourage you to have your kids to play, and I've never had a bad experience, and it wasn't anyone's fault. And I'm not even mad at the ref. It just was so weird.
Okay.
Because, I'm on the radio getting in real trouble. And, for things I've said. And I can't tell you how much I'm not lying. And there's nothing I don't get. There's nothing I'm telling you on the air. This is a couple years ago, so who cares? I just don't know what I did.
Yeah.
And no one does. The other coaches don't. But you know what? It was a female coach on the other team, and she had a Hillman shirt on, and I'm not even lying. And I defy you to find another one of those.
Interesting.
Because I noticed it because I'm like, who has a Hillman shirt? Like, I don't know anyone. I mean, he's been in the market a long time. I know he's got fans, but I mean, wearing a shirt around? I haven't seen that before. So maybe it was a big conspiracy. I don't know. But if anyone was there and would call in and tell me what I did, I'd love to hear it.
You rubbed the ref the wrong way, and I totally get that.
Oh, no, I understand I rubbed the ref the wrong way. I just don't know because we never made eye contact or talked. Or I never said anything about them or anything.
Interesting.
If you think I'm fighting calls in that league, you got another thing coming. Because I got another thing. They don't call a lot of calls.
Oh.
Because if you have a running clock, free throw's not the best idea.
Yeah.
Because they don't stop the clock for free throws. So that's like a quarter of the quarter. Or of the half. A quarter of the half would be taking the free throw.
You got about 4 or 5 games in a row. You want to make sure everything finishes
and
on
there's
time.
no full court press until halfway through the league. And if you're full court pressing, you're a dick. So again, it was one of the more bizarre things. It wasn't that big a deal, but it was not the greatest. All right. We will be back. A lot happened last night. The 2 local teams and big wins. I'm not talking out of school. And then a team that could never beat the Patriots in a million years won last night. It was the most asinine thing ever said on the history of radio. We'll be back in just a moment. should tell that story on the air.
That's a great story. It's too bad you can't.
No, it's a guy in baseball. He's like, when the kid was little, he's like, what are you teaching your kids to throw? You're teaching your kids to throw. I'm like, then I see the guy now. He knows my camera. The kid throws in the high 80s. I think I taught him how to throw a cat.
Yeah.
But that's not the whole story.
No, there's a little more to it.
No,
There's a little more
not.
to it, but there's another side to it. But all right, Hardy. Both local teams. I didn't see 1 second of the Celtics game. I'm going to be completely honest. I did watch the entire Lions game, and I was watching a lot of the Bruins game. Can we start Bruins if you don't mind?
Way ahead of you, fella.
Thanks, because I don't know why they didn't pull the goaltender, but they were talking about that on the radio. But go ahead.
All right, yeah. Let's talk about the Bruins first here, as they were taking on the St. Louis Blues last night at TD Garden. Who's gonna get on the board first?
Aspero will start to carry it ahead. Blue line to blue line pass for Elias Lindholm. He's got Geeky down the left circle. Back across, and they score! Alex Steeves one times at home on the feed from Geeky, and the Bruins grab a 1-0 lead.
So I was watching this before the Lions kicked off. Also pretty. Look good. They look crisp. Things going well for Steeves, and also things continue to go well for Morgan Geeky.
On the near side wall. Battle for possession in the corner. And Lindholm comes free with it. Geeky in front, scores! Bruins able to apply pressure deep. Geeky finishes it off, and they have a 2-0 lead.
Jumping out to a 2-0 lead in the first period. Fantastic. Now the Blues would answer early in the second, but Arvidsson would score 5 minutes after that, and then Pavel Zacha
flips it across ice. He's got Zacha up the right side. Cutting toward the high slot. Took a shot and scores! Pavel Zacha rips it under the bar on the glove side. It's 4-1 Bruins.
At this point, you have had pretty much a feeling how this one was going to go the rest of the night. Zacha would score again 7 minutes later on the power play to make it 5-1. Just the one goal in the third from St. Louis. 5-2 win for your Boston Bruins at home last night.
Couple of things. First of all, you have to get lucky. Any NHL team has to get lucky in order to be good. And Alex Steeves, a guy who had one career regular season goal in a handful of games with Toronto over the last 4 or 5 years, 6 goals for the Bruins in 13 games. He had one career regular season goal before this year. A Providence call-up because of injury. He's left wing on your top line at the moment. 6 goals in 13 games.
Well, other teams don't know how to play him yet.
Apparently not.
They don't have a book on him.
That's amazing. And Geeky's another good fortune because he was a checking line forward of Seattle, and now he's second in the NHL in goals.
Which I myself did not see coming.
No, I don't think anyone had that.
I did. I had been scouting the guy pretty good. I found those things. But 2 things. One, I can't stop thinking about it. No one cares. But one, every game you win without Pastrnak and McAvoy, regardless of how McAvoy plays, is pretty much a good achievement.
Oh, yeah.
Even if you can just keep your head above water during this time.
Yeah.
And now here's the point that only I care about, and maybe Ryan Johnson. When do they make up the games? Like, why have they played more games than almost any team in the NHL? Like, it's 3 more than some teams, if I'm looking. Certainly 2 more than most. I just don't know when these games get made up. Because they played 29 games. There's Florida Panthers have played 26.
Yeah.
The only other team in the East that I can see that's played 29 games are the Rangers, who have the same amount of points, but they're out of it.
Seattle's played 25.
Yeah, like I just
incredible.
don't know when these games they play again on Saturday. Like, there's the Olympics, so they're playing regularly like every other day. I know there's been times where they've had 2 days off, but they've had back-to-backs too. So there just doesn't, and Ryan has, travels and needs to know, and he's like, I can't really find a place in the schedule where this slows down for any amount of time. I know it's 2 to 3 games, but it's, past Thanksgiving.
We looked at the calendar, John and I did, both when we talked about this last time, and I think I spotted 2 times throughout the rest of the year where they have like that extra day off where you wouldn't expect it.
It's weird.
Yeah, so maybe that'll be enough. Or the other teams are going to be playing back-to-backs in order to make up the ground. But Whatever the case, you mentioned Charlie McAvoy. He was skating yesterday morning in a non-contact jersey, which, all right, nothing for nothing.
Skating on his own is one thing, but skating with the group is something else.
Yeah.
So that kind of puts another step forward in the process. Again, we were led to believe that, this is going to be January, maybe February before you saw him again. So, I'll take it.
Hey, I didn't have Charlie McAvoy out there skating with the team on my bingo card for December.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, John?
Yeah.
Marco Stern was just happy the way they started.
I was just very happy the way we started today.
That's what I just said. All right, so
why did they not pull Bennington? They talked about it a little bit on the radio because I was coming back from dinner. I had to eat pasta, because they pulled my tooth.
Oh, you weren't carbo loading or nothing? Just
no, I couldn't commit to eating meat.
Okay, so I only saw like the replays of it, so I don't know what the vibe was. But if there was any point to pull him just score wise, it would have been when it was 5-1 at the end of the second. But that was a power play goal that Zacha scored.
Yep.
At the end of the second, so maybe they figure, we're not going to hang that on him necessarily.
I think honestly, thinking back on it now, remember how Bennington threw a fit and started screaming at Montgomery the last time this happened a couple of games ago.
I do
Monty's
not, but
like,
I'll trust you on
well,
that.
I think we talked about it briefly. Montgomery's like, you gonna yell and scream at me? You suck it. You stay right there. I don't care what the final score is. You're staying in. You're gonna yell and scream at me? Here's who's boss.
That could be it. So
Bennington lost his crap a couple of games ago.
Well, he's also the guy that took the puck from Ovechkin when there was.
Oh, that's right.
All that when he broke the record. He's like a really weird guy.
That's right. That was.
He put it down his pants and he wasn't joking. If you don't know the story,
perfect crime.
So whatever Ovechkin record was set, and
that was the record goal. He passed Gretzky, right? Or was it 900?
No, it was 900. It was 900 goals. Yeah. And so 900th goal, everyone on the ice knows about it. Bennington takes his glove off and picks the puck up and shoves it down the back of his pants, like next to his ass. Gets back into the crease. He's not joking around. And one of the officials has to go up to him because, the Capitals are celebrating. So he's got the puck down his pants. And the official has to go up to him and go like, "Hey, give me the puck back." Bennington kind of like puts on a little show and then takes his glove back off, reaches down the back of his ass, ass, not lying, takes the puck out, hands it back to the official. It was really, really strange. And then they asked about it after the game. He's like, "Oh no, it's like, oh yeah," it's just. It wasn't funny. Like it wasn't, offensive, but it certainly was bizarre because it wasn't like a joke.
Used to goalies being weird, but he's a dick too. He just seems to be an odd guy, and it's tough to that's tough to pull off.
Yeah, goalies, left-handed pitchers, like weird, but there's usually sort of an affability, or at least like they're not. They don't mean harm.
They're eccentric.
Right.
This is a different step. This is weird.
They're not challenging the coach and being dicks like to this degree. I know Swayman didn't have the best, contract negotiation and everything, but I don't know if he seemed to get along. I mean, he certainly got along with his backup. I mean, he didn't seem to be. He might. There were rumors he wasn't overly popular in the locker room, but I don't think that's odd for a goaltender. But I don't know if they're shoving pucks up their butt, I'm not. It's like so. There's this swamp ass puck. I'm not being even crude. It was like a swamp ass puck.
Wasn't it in Washington too?
I don't remember.
But that makes it even weirder.
Yeah. It I could see it being funny. Even in a way, if you put it down your pants and then skate it around, kind of like it still would have been kind of weird, but like an attempt at comedy. But that's not what he was doing. He was like taking the puck, and then what do you do with it? It was sell it. Like, hey, this was the puck, and like I'm gonna put it on eBay.
I don't
Seems
think
like
he
there'd
thought
be
ahead
some hurdles.
He didn't. I don't think he thought ahead that far. And you know what? I don't think he thought, "Oh, there are 75 cameras around that would catch me." That's the other part he didn't think about. There are cameras following this man's every move.
Yeah, he wasn't on a
900 goals. Yeah,
a pond in Medicine Hat. the more I think about it, the more strange it was because I, obviously didn't see it. I wasn't watching the game. And then you hear about it and then you watch the replay because you just assumed it was a joke, but it wasn't. So I like Montgomery a lot, and I don't like that this goaltender is giving these problems. All right, what happened last night, by the way, I didn't tell you, is brought to you by Leonard Hair Transplant Associates, where your hair doesn't have to be a game of what happened, so change your lettuce and change your life with Dr. Matthew Lopresti at 1-800-GET-HAIR. Let's break now. We'll come back. We can briefly touch on the Celtics game, which was a bit of a joke, and then we can maybe talk a little bit about Thursday Night Football, a very important game, very good game last night. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Here are the headlines.
East.
All right, we're Toucher and Hardy. Hardy, what's going on?
Congratulations to the Celtics for a resounding 146-101 victory over a very good Washington Wizards team. They've won 3 games this year, so don't take this team lightly.
Historically bad defense, yes.
Historically bad. A great night for Jordan Walsh, who had 22 points. No Jaylen Brown last night. Didn't matter. They had scored well over 100 points after 3 quarters and go on to get the 45-point margin of victory. But as John pointed out, as Jaylen Brown is expected back for the second night of a back-to-back against the Lakers tonight, someone else may not be there, John.
There is a question as to whether or not Luka Doncic is going to play for the Lakers tonight. He didn't play last night. They also played somewhere else and had to travel. They won in Toronto. But Doncic didn't play because his wife apparently just gave birth to their second child, and he was there to attend the birth.
I don't think she's given birth yet.
Oh, is that right?
That's what I heard this morning. Now, here's something else interesting from the game last night, Fred. See if you can guess this. LeBron James did not score in double figures last night.
Mm-hmm.
When is the last time LeBron James...
I know the answer. I heard about it.
Damn it!
I'm sorry to blow the...
All right, let's ask...
Because it's the biggest news in the history of the
Let's
world.
let's ask 12. When's the last time LeBron James did not score in double figures?
Well, I know the streak was something like over 1,400 games, so...
A little less.
Do that math back.
1297.
Okay.
It was 2007.
Wow.
Or 2009 or something. I don't know.
He sucks.
Whatever.
2007, I think.
All right, so Celtics-Lakers tonight.
Yeah.
Let's get to Thursday Night Football last night against a couple of teams who really, really wanted to win in order to stay firmly in the playoff picture, or at least for the Cowboys, maybe get into the playoff picture. They're teetering right now. Early on, it's a 3-3 game when the Lions sacked Dak Prescott in his own end zone for a safety. Hold on a second. This is the Lions here. We're not just going to... all scoring plays are reviewed, and this one we should be able to overturn.
If any part of the ball is breaking the goal line when that contact is made by the defender, then it's a safety. So this should stand as called.
When the quarterback was contacted by the defender, the entire football was out of the end zone. Therefore, it is not a safety. It's 4th down.
Yeah, Al, I'm just not seeing it that way. They're saying the entire ball is out, and of course it's subjective here, but I really don't see the entire ball out of the end zone, which has to be clear and obvious to reverse.
Which, by the way, if that's the rule, that's the rule. But if you're watching the game, that's a safety if there ever was a safety. He's in the end zone completely. The ball is in there. It's when you first make contact, that's when they consider, oh, that's forward progress right there. No. If that were in the middle of the field, where would they have marked that ball?
Right, where he went down.
Where he went down in the end zone.
Right.
What the hell are we talking about?
I don't know. It is really weird with the Lions. And again, I'm not like a huge Lions fan. I like their hats.
Oh, well,
and I'm from there, but they do get completely screwed by officials.
Totally jobbed. And the second half, the calls evened out. Mostly because the Cowboys are so stupid. They really are dumb. They could have gotten away with a pass interference call, which was the correct call, that would have put them right back in the game and down at the 3-yard line.
Yeah.
Except for a hands to the face penalty against Hutchinson, which the right guard for Dallas pretty much took Hutchinson's helmet off, trying to stop him from coming in. So at least they got that one. But there was an unnecessary roughness call on the Cowboys after a tackle where he shoved, I think it was Gibbs, down into the ground. May have been St. Brown after he made the catch. Like, no, ref's just looking the other way. 3 guys from the Cowboys defensive line were in the neutral zone after the snap or before the snap on a 3rd and 3 that the Lions needed to pick up in order to extend a drive. No call there. I'm like, what are we doing? They're just not watching. Or they're actively not giving the Lions calls here.
Okay, so Amon St. Brown had 6 catches for 92 yards. He had a big catch right to start the game off. And at 5:45, Mad Dog had an NFL guest on who said he wasn't playing. So that's
the ankle
really
didn't look good. He got rolled up on last week.
Yeah, and he didn't practice all week.
Yeah.
And he was not only played, but he was good. He's really tough. And no one thought, and myself included, that the Lions were going to win that game. And it's funny because, they lost both coordinators, and I heard a bunch of NFL guys talking about this yesterday. Look, Ben Johnson's having a lot of success in Chicago. He looks like he's a legit head coach. They miss Aaron Glenn more than they miss Ben Johnson. If CeeDee Lamb doesn't get hurt in that game, who knows what happens? He had 6 catches for 121 yards before he got hurt at the end of the first half, right?
It's tougher for me to see that, Fred, and you might be right. Yeah, in the locker room and among the team. And
no, well, their defense is worse than their offense, and their defense has Hutchinson.
But they've always given up so many points.
When they're healthy defensively with Glenn, they were pretty tough defensively. I mean, don't think of last year when they were all banged up. Think of the year where they should have beat the 49ers. Like, they were pretty good defensively. And you could make the argument that they miss Glenn more than they miss Johnson because they're putting up a lot of points in a lot of games. There have been games, obviously, where the offense has struggled, like against Green Bay. But, I mean, they've 52 points, 38 points, 34 points, 37 points, 24 points, 24 points, 44 points. Then they scored 9 against the Eagles, 34 points, 24 points, 44 points. Like, they're putting up a lot of points on offense. And their defense is just, I mean, I know they're banged up, but Hutchinson, it's funny because I heard analysts this morning on the way in talking about how they got a lot of pressure on the quarterback and da-da-da-da-da. Hutchinson's not been great the last few games, like the last handful of games. And even last night, there were times where they had a backup left tackle. The Cowboys were playing like a garbage left tackle. And they would line Hutchinson up over him, and he was one-on-one blocking him. Hutchinson's bugging me.
Right.
They gave him all that money. He's not playing that great, in my opinion.
You go back to 23. That's the year you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Lions were 23rd in the NFL in points per game, allowing 23.2. Now, they had a good rush defense, but it was the corners, and it was pretty much the secondary, I would say, as a whole, that struggled.
Right,
So,
but how many points a game were they scoring? Because you could do this exercise, is that the other teams were – there were a lot of situations where teams were running up points at the end of games because they were down. Like, if the Lions were putting up 35 points a game, 28 points a game, what were these scenarios where these teams were scoring points? It's not I don't know for a fact. I mean, it's obviously Ben Johnson's having way more success, coaching a way better team, but you could ask Bert about it too. I wouldn't ask him on air because it's kind of boring, but like Bert, what they say around the league, I'm cheating a little bit because Bert has told me this off the air, is that they miss Glenn more than they miss Johnson.
They averaged 27.1 per game in 23.
Yeah. So that's the average. So I'm sure there were some games where they didn't score any points, but they were scoring a lot of points that year. 27.3, I would imagine, is a lot of points a game, right? If that's the average, because that's not the median, that's the average. So that counts games where there's games that they were scoring, like, obviously a ton of points. That seems like a lot to average a game, but again, I could be wrong.
I'm still just I
could be wrong.
I don't love seeing Dan Campbell calling the plays.
No,
I don't love it.
No, but he settled for field goals, and you got to give him credit for that. Did they go for it on fourth down last night? They might not have gone for it on fourth down last night, so I'll give him credit for that.
And
he saw the way the game was going and saw that the Cowboys were settling for field goals and is willing to take points, which I got to give him credit for.
And utilizing Gibbs and Montgomery, who is just a beast.
Montgomery might be the best top 3 players in the league. Top 3 non-quarterback. Might be the best non-quarterback offensive player in the league.
Some say the best.
He didn't run for a lot of yards, but he had 3 touchdowns, which I know Travion Henderson did one game, and I felt that he was fairly limited in that game. But look, scored 3 touchdowns. He scored 3 touchdowns. That kicker for Dallas is pretty good. The first kicker ever to
Aubrey.
make three field goals of over 55 yards in a game.
The 61-yarder last night was good for 75.
Well, Al Michaels right after said, maybe they should start deflating the balls, and he wasn't joking because who else has a problem with this but yours truly, Samin Al Michaels, good company.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, someone's going to make a 70-yard field goal, and then Herm Street was like thinking about where you would be kicking that from. Again, you don't have to cross midfield then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Michael said it last night too. After it's like a video game. Like you would never
narrow the goalposts. You widen the hash mark.
You got to get to your own 47-yard line. So you return the ball to the 40, and you pick up 7 yards. And then, by the way, returning it to the 40 is not a big deal. Or so say,
returning it to the 30, you need one first down.
Or say it's a touchback. You get it to the 35, and you need one first down.
One first down to get yourself in field goal range.
Yeah, so it's the end of the game. You're down 2. You take it back to the 35, which is no great feat, and then you pick up a first down, and then you kick the field goal, and then that game's over. That's not the way football's supposed to be played. But as many things I do, that annoys people when we talk about it. All right, Bert's not here. Hopefully he comes. We have not gotten word that he would or would not. If he doesn't, we're in bad shape.
He's a little worried.
So we should have Bert in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and
Shredded the last place Washington Wizards 146-101 in D.C. Joe Mazzulla didn't have a lot to complain about afterwards.
Thought we played with a good level of energy throughout the entire game. You know, everybody that played. I don't know that it was much about guys playing different roles as much as it was guys, you know, making sure they do their job and they get they play their absolute best and stick to the game plan and play with a level of physicality there. And I thought everybody did that.
Derek White scored 30 points. He added 7 rebounds and 9 assists and didn't play in the fourth quarter. Celtics wrap up their back-to-back with a game against the Lakers at TD Garden tonight. Grandy and Max have the pregame at 6:30 and the tip-off at 7 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Luka Doncic didn't play last night for L.A. in a win over Toronto to attend the birth of his second child. Patriots off for their bye week. The accolades keep rolling in. Travion Henderson yesterday voted the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Month for November. He was also voted the Rookie of the Week for last week. Red Sox have sent outfielder Joe Stinson Garcia and a minor leaguer to Pittsburgh in exchange for starting pitcher Johan Oviedo and a pair of minor leaguers. And the draw for the World Cup will take place at noon in Washington, D.C. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by 128 Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric, the company that finishes every job strong. If your home or business has a plumbing, HVAC, electrical, or drain issue that can't wait, you need to call 128 now at 888-CALL-128. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 7:30.
Boston's best sports talk. There's an app for that. Download the Sports Hub app for loads of stuff. Absolutely free. Connect with the shows, get podcasts, and more. Get it where you get your apps. Or at 98.5sportshub.com.
Why do people listen to Touch Your
Because it's a thing.
All right.
You know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
No idea what you're talking about.
Here's more of The Thing on the Sports Hub.
Hey, we are Toucher and Hardy. Burt Breer is here. He's the senior NFL reporter and lead content strategist for the MMQB. You can see him on YouTube if you're watching us on 98.5 The Sports Hub's YouTube channel. Subscribe to that if you would. I don't know why, but subscriptions on YouTube are a big deal, and you'll be doing us a favor. And thank you for everyone sending your Spotify listening. It's nice to see. Thank you for that. All right, Burt Breer is here, and Burt, you were reporting before Monday night's game about. I do want to talk to you about this because we put a video up on Instagram, and people were furious. Some people
About what?
My comments on it is that Will Campbell's injury. Now, people are mad at me because I said he's hurt. What is going on with Will Campbell from your reporting?
So he has a grade 3 MCL sprain, which essentially is an MCL tear. And it's not going to require surgery, but it is a very significant injury that generally takes at least 4 to 6 weeks to recover from. Part of the reason they put him on injured reserve is that sometimes guys, especially at his position, try to come back faster and re-injure it or aggravate it. And so they're essentially putting a governor on him and saying, take care of yourself. Like, don't push it. We don't want you, we don't want you going back out there and injuring it again. So we're going to give you some time to rehab it and get back to as close to 100% as you can hopefully be when you rehab something like that in season. But it's a serious injury. And, there's a reason why it actually makes sense because I think I heard David Andrews talk about this.
What did he know?
So he had, this injury. Yeah, he had this injury, and he said, and David, I hope I'm getting your words right here, but he said he heard a pop. And when he had it, right? And so he thought it was an ACL because that's the telltale.
Explain the reaction.
Which would explain the reaction, right? Like where if you hear a pop, then you think
you're done. Yeah,
right. Clearly they dodged a bullet here because this could be way worse. And
right.
I think we all thought
you could miss most of next season.
I thought like the same thing everybody else thought when they were loading him on the cart and he had the towel over his head, which is that this guy's got a torn ACL and he's gone until at least the beginning of next year. And so the fact that that's not the result is really, really good.
Okay,
but that doesn't mean it's not a significant injury.
So we had Phil Perry on yesterday, and we had this discussion. Do you play Will Campbell in the last game of the season if it's meaningless?
I think it depends on who else is playing. If you are in other words, if the last game of the season is meaningless and you look at it like we have a young team out here, right? And they don't have playoff experience. They haven't dealt with having a bye before. So we can't have them going week 18 off, bye week, then. And so, like, you want to get those guys 2 or 3 series, then you play him with the starters. If the starters aren't playing, I think that's where you don't play him.
Okay, so but if his MCL is torn like in weaker, and I know you rehab around it, and I know that he can play, are you at all concerned that just you're playing with fire because
there's always that concern.
No, I know, but I'm obviously, if I'm the team and I'm Will Campbell, I want to play if there's a chance at a Super Bowl.
But if Vrabel is building something, if he wants to make sure that all the young players come along,
or you're healthy for the playoffs.
Like, let me be clear about this part of it too. Like, it is common that guys will play on this after like 5 or 6 weeks. Like,
right.
That's not uncommon. So
Right.
So him coming back is just a football player being a football player. If you push it more than that, is where you can get yourself in some trouble. I don't think it's like. I honestly think like the Jared Wilson injury maybe not as serious, but that's a big one too. Like a high ankle sprain, again, like the way these things are described sometimes doesn't do the players a service. A high ankle sprain is like serious ligament damage. It's not like a regular ankle. It's not like you turning your ankle on the freaking curb. You know what I mean? Like a high ankle sprain is generally like when you see a guy's like lower leg bend like that's a high ankle sprain, and it's the ligaments getting stretched out. And that one's another one where if you push that one's like if you push it like at 70%, you might be 50% for the next month. You know what I mean? Like, so like these are both injuries that to me, like you dodge bullets and that you like, and again, this is like good injury luck and that you haven't had like a major piece of your team, anyone on your team where you're looking like this guy's out for the year. So you have dodged some bullets, but both these injuries are injuries that you can aggravate.
So it's interesting when you talk about whether or not you would play him or are you building something, because I've thought back on this a couple of times, as we all have, the correlation between this Patriots season and the Commanders season last year.
Yeah.
And it looks like, if you're playing this the right way, you go all in on the season where it seems to be clicking for you.
Yeah.
And you don't just assume that you're going to build upon it the next year.
Oh, no. I'm playing everyone for the playoffs. And if there's something to play for in week 17 or 18, I'm playing everyone to play. Even if it's for home field, I'm playing them.
But I guess I'm
just saying if there's nothing to play for.
But when comparing these two teams, are there stark differences where you see, well, the Commanders really didn't have this, and this, and the Patriots do have that?
No. I mean, like, I don't know. Like, the Commanders, first of all, the Commanders had the Eagles in their division, which is why they didn't win their division, right? Like, so take that piece of it and throw it out. They played in a more difficult division because, well, maybe not. I don't know. Because Dallas and the Giants were down. Were the Dallas and Giants as bad as Miami and the Jets have been? I guess that's a little more arguable. But the reason they didn't win their division was because the Eagles were firing on all cylinders. They went into Tampa and won. They went into Detroit and won. And then, obviously they ran into a buzzsaw, and that was that. I don't know what this Patriots team, what you could look at and say they have that those Commanders didn't have. Like, I think there's like a lot of similarities in that, like, there's a lot of good veteran players. They did a really good job in free agency, bringing in guys who have background in the system. And like that Commanders team got hot at just the right time. And like, so they won 2 games in the road, which like, in the playoffs is really difficult, and if the Patriots win their division, they won't have to do that, So, I think there's a ton of similarities, and I don't know, like, I think even down to like the way the quarterback's playing, like Jaden Daniels was playing at a historic level for a rookie last year. Feels like Drake May's playing at a historic level for a second-year player now. There's still a ton of similarities, and like the buy-in, the program buy-in is the other thing. Like the program buy-in with Dan Quinn was off the charts last year, and I think you can say the same thing for Mike Vrabel here now.
Okay, so if we look at you cover the entire league. If we look at the AFC, it doesn't seem like there's any team that's definitely better than the Patriots.
It's wide the hell open,
Yeah.
But that creates opportunity for a Houston. That creates opportunity for a Denver like that. It creates opportunity.
How good is
for you.
Denver? All jokes aside, how good is Denver?
Their defense is outstanding. Their defense was playing at like a top 5 in the league level, even without Patrick Surtain, who's probably one of the 10 best players in the league, regardless of position.
Do people talk about Denver's schedule as much as they talk about the Patriots' schedule? Because Denver's is the third easiest by the schedule metrics.
Maybe not because they're in the most difficult division.
Yeah, and some of that.
Or we thought they were.
But no,
Well,
I mean, playing the Chiefs is playing the Chiefs.
Playing the Chiefs, yeah, like the Chiefs
Not what
record
it used to be.
Well, look at the Chiefs' schedule. The Chiefs have like had to go through a gauntlet. Like so, all that stuff is relative. I think if you look at if you take the Broncos have beaten both Super Bowl teams. I would look at the Broncos schedule. If you actually look at it and not like just some chart that tells you whose schedule is the easiest, you'll find a lot of landmines on there.
Well, yeah, they played the Colts, the Chargers, the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Texans, the Chiefs.
They played the Chargers before Joe Alt was hurt, right? Like, so they played the Chargers in L.A. before Joe Alt was hurt. Like, there's just – and that's the other piece of it is, like, when you played these teams. They played the Eagles at the beginning of the year.
But
before the Eagles really started struggling.
But in fairness, it proves out that your strength of schedule doesn't have any bearing on how well you do in the playoffs. So essentially, a win's a win. If you look, at least in recent history, having an easy schedule is not a detriment necessarily.
Didn't we talk about this last week, though?
I think go ahead. What's your thought? Am I wrong?
No, I think that there's like context to that. Like I think,
that's right.
I had that argument with Felger a couple weeks ago, and I understand Mike's point on it, but like I remember on TV they put up this chart, and it was like, well, yeah, like the three of the teams that won the Super Bowl are the Chiefs, and like the Chiefs, the first year, the Chiefs had with Mahomes. They went to the AFC Championship game and lost. And, that was a pretty battle-tested team to begin with because that team was making the playoffs before Mahomes was the quarterback. And so, I think there's, the context, at least as I see it, is if you are a team that has already been there before and has been through it before, then, yeah, an easier schedule can benefit you because you have higher seeding, maybe you're healthier. If you haven't been there before, I think that that's different. That's just the way I look at it is a younger team needs to be calloused, needs to be scarred a little bit more than Kansas City and Philadelphia don't need it anymore. But the Eagles, look at the Eagles when they went with Sirianni in his second year, not last year, but when they went to the Super Bowl in 22, right? That division that year was freaking loaded. That was the year Daboll got the most out of Daniel Jones.
Oh, yeah.
The Cowboys won 12 games that year. So the Eagles, the first time they went under Sirianni, it was a gauntlet. Now, the schedule wasn't as hard last year, but they didn't need that anymore.
Right.
So I think that there's, where you're
Once you've been
at.
battle-tested, you don't need it year after year.
Right.
We got this. We got enough guys back
We
that
know
understand
what it takes.
this is like.
Yeah. So I think that that's the context to it. And, that's why it's going to be so interesting to see what this looks like. Again, all right, Buffalo's not going to fall asleep against you this time around, right? Baltimore, it's going to be on paper, at least right now, it looks like Baltimore is going to be tooth and nail, and the quarterback is hurt again. So we'll see what they get there. And then if whoever you it's there's going to be a luck of the draw thing in the first round too. Do you get Jacksonville or do you get Houston? You know what I mean? If you get Houston, I'd argue, Houston could wind up going into the playoffs if CJ builds off of what happened last week.
They have a tremendous pass defense.
And
correct?
again, with
Their
the
defense is
yeah.
insane. Yeah, and so if Houston's got the best defense in the league, and now all of a sudden, the Texans have rookie left tackle Ariante Ursary, a rookie playing opposite Nico Collins and Jaden Higgins, a rookie replacing Joe Mixon at running back and Woody Marks, a rookie offensive coordinator Nick Caley. That's why the offense didn't look great early in the year, and C.J. Stroud was hurt. So now if all of those things start to come together, you're talking about like a Houston team that suddenly looks a lot more dangerous. So, like,
maybe they'll wear their
last
varsity
night-
jackets again when they come.
Last night,
That was cool.
Yeah.
last night's like a great example. Like last night, Detroit wasn't playing well. Dallas was like blowing people's doors. Like Dallas looked great, right? Like Dallas beat the 2 Super Bowl teams in a 5-day stretch, had won 3 in a row. Their offense looked unstoppable, and Detroit kicked their ass last night. And the Lions weren't playing well. And I think it's a good lesson on how week to week this stuff is. You know what I mean? Like, and so much of it's going to be like how you're playing at the end of December. And
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, football is it's a great thing, but it's obviously incredibly overanalyzed week to week. I mean, it's
because there's only 17
there's
games.
only 17 games, and you have a whole week to talk about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's part of the reason it's so popular is because you can overreact every week, and I'm not overly concerned about Baltimore. I've seen Baltimore play a few times. With
Their
Jackson
offense
is not good.
He does not look the same.
And he doesn't look the same, and that team just looks dead. They
The
look dead
defense is
against the
fine.
Jets.
I think the defense is fine.
Yeah, it was in the beginning of the season,
Is
but
this the year Derrick Henry finally hits the wall? Is that what happened?
he's
fine when he gets going. But
when
like,
he
it's
gets
not,
going,
it's not,
but
it's not consistent.
I'm telling you, the team just looks flat. They just look flat. They seen them a couple times this year.
And then Buffalo is schizophrenic, where like they look like world beaters. Like it could be like first quarter to second quarter. You
Yeah,
know what I
the
mean?
same
Like-
game, yeah.
Like it happened last week against the Steelers. Like they looked like they didn't look good in the first half, and then in the second half it looked like they were going to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
You know?
That's the thing about the AFC is it's great for the Patriots, and the Patriots look as good as any team. But
They've been so
wouldn't you be would you be
performing-
shocked if they lost anyone?
I
Is that you wouldn't be shocked? No.
That's the best thing I can say about them is like they've been like just them in Denver, like just you're getting week to week.
The most consistent team.
Yeah.
But Denver's needed heroics at the end of games, and
Yeah.
the Patriots haven't. The Patriots have even been more consistent than Denver. Like just in terms of the way they've won
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
is they've just like that Giants win was really impressive to me because you had every excuse in the world. You came out against a team that, in fairness, did play very well. I almost think the Giants would have been better if Dart didn't play.
Because I know. I said like Jameis has got.
If Jameis is going, he's like
I had that
insane.
discussion. I had that discussion. Jameis Winston, when he finds his best game, that's far better than anything Dart could have given.
Right, and
he's so entertaining.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, you don't know what you're going to get.
He
but
can
if
just
it's
be
good
like
Jameis shows up.
incredible stud. But
it's like he doesn't care what happens.
exactly,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Like he'll do anything.
No,
like
he's
it's
right.
playground.
Yeah.
And if he's rolling, he's rolling.
Yeah.
I mean, he's incredibly physically gifted. I
Yeah.
mean, if he's rolling, he's rolling.
Yeah.
All right. Look, Bert's here for the hour. Jason, we'll get your call. I find that interesting. I don't even know what you're talking about, but it's not about me, so we'll do that. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hey, what's up, guys? Bert, when you were on the midday show yesterday, you said something that was like too soft to let slide. You said yesterday that the hit by Ellis on Dart was borderline. I want to know why that was borderline. The quarterback is the prize.
Okay, let me ask you this. Did you have a problem with the way that Tampa hit Drake a few weeks ago when Tyke Smith came in high and, like, the Patriots sideline exploded because the Bucs defensive back came in high on Drake?
No, I don't have a problem with that. But what about the Giant? What about the Dart hit?
All I'm saying, like that's the equivalent. Like a lot of Patriots people a few weeks ago had a huge issue with the Tampa hit. And what I'm saying when I say borderline, all right, is like it is close to illegal. Christian Ellis launched himself, and it was enough to provoke a fight. And like so, that's the definition to me of borderline. If the other team feels like they need to go start a fight with you because of a hit, that's borderline. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Well, it's because it's the quarterback, though.
Well, yeah, no, like
illegal hit. His foot was inbounds.
Right.
Ellis came across and put a hit on.
It is because it's the quarterback, right? It is because it's the quarterback. Let me ask you this. If you were a Giants fan, would you have a problem with Theo Johnson running up and defending the quarterback and starting to fight with Christian Ellis?
Well, I mean, honestly, it depends on the game because I mean, you got to protect your quarterback, but like
you probably would like that. You probably
it's a legal hit. Now
you would probably like that. You would probably like that if the and I love the hit. It's like, look, like I think there was great benefit to the hit happening. It energized them. I think it was a great sign of where they are as a team and all of that. Like I 100% like I'm on board with all of that.
But that's like a 2-minute drill at the end of the game and they're down by score. You can't be making that play.
No, but to say it's not borderline, like, well, then why did it start a fight? Like, and again, like if you think Theo Johnson was within his right to go up and defend Jackson Dart and start the fight with Christian Ellis, then by definition it's borderline.
Well,
because
no, I think it was done by that guy. If it's in a 2-minute drill there, and like they're down by a score, and he does that, is that worthy?
I guarantee you, Mike Kafka did not have a problem with Theo Johnson running to the defense of Jackson Dart.
But
he had more of a problem with Jackson Dart staying in bounds than he had with Theo Johnson.
But maybe they.
The quarterback.
But maybe
it's not soft.
Maybe
it's
not a borderline hit so much as that it was a very impactful hit, and then just by
he launched himself at him in a way. He launched himself at him in a way that if that was a running back and not a quarterback, I guarantee you he would have gone low. He went high because it was the quarterback,
and it's
right. Because if you go high like that, on a running back, what's going to happen? He's going to run through you.
Yeah.
Right. So you're going high on him because he's the quarterback. Which again, like I think the hit itself sparked the team. I think it's probably worth it, even if there's a penalty, to send that sort of statement and like is indicative of where they are. I don't think it's dirt. I think it's borderline, which means like if you hit somebody and it's enough to spark a fight, and you believe that the other team is within its rights to start that fight. How is that not borderline?
I just think that if you lay out a quarterback like that in any scenario, that there is going to be, you got to get it's just you, in order just to protect your team and show any kind of fight, you have to go after it. I don't think maybe that is anything about like the perceived legality of the hit. It's just like you got our quarterback because of his own stupidity. You highlight reeled them, and we can't let that stand. Just looking at it, we know this is going to be a Monday Night Football highlight, and we got to stand up and go, we don't like that. Maybe not because it's illegal, but because you kind of showed up our quarterback in a way. Like you're showing us up. And like you knocked them off his feet.
Which makes it borderline.
And, he's stuck on the word borderline, but I would say regarding the perception of the legality of it, if you go back, how many years do you have to go back, Bert? Bert, how many years do you have to go back where that gets penalized? That same.
Well, if it's Mahomes,
that same play
tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow.
Yesterday,
you have to go back to tomorrow.
Like 2 years ago, is there a flag thrown on that?
What do you mean? Like the rules have gotten
yes, the
more lax on it.
The rule has changed.
I've gotten more lax. It's certainly gotten more lax.
I mean, I think like again, like I think if that's Mahomes, it's a flag.
Yeah,
I think
I think a couple of years ago, it's a flag on a lot of players.
Joe Burrow is a flag. Like I think it's and I look like I again like I'm not saying Christian Ellis shouldn't have done it. I'm just saying, like, if you are going to deliver a hit that is going to spark the other sideline exploding, I don't know how that isn't borderline, you know? Because obviously somebody on the other side had a problem with it. And and again, like, I think there's something Jackson Dart has to learn. I mean, there's a lot of revisionist history here. I thought the hit Tyke Smith had on Drake that did not get flagged in that Tampa game right before Drake threw the pick, right? A ton of people here had a problem with it, right? Like a ton of people. And to me, it's like sort of the same thing. You're coming high, you're launching yourself. Okay, you probably wouldn't do that. If that was a tight end running down the sideline, you probably wouldn't do that.
Because you make an ass of yourself.
Right.
Because the tight end's 260 pounds. I love that they didn't call a flag on that. I love that they didn't throw a flag on that. You can't screw around the fake sliding, the nonsense.
Teach the quarterback a lesson. Absolutely.
I don't have a problem with it.
No, I know you don't have a problem with it. It's the word borderline that people are struggling with, and you have to understand the Patriots are 11-2, so there's got to be things to complain about. Bert, we all know what's going on. Everyone on the air knows what's going on. We all know it. I don't.
Everybody's like a den mother.
Well, listen, I wouldn't say. I just love that hit. I'd love that hit. I love that. You get your ass out of bounds, kid.
Yep.
Like, if you're you weren't even fighting for the first down.
Seriously,
like, just get your ass out of bounds.
Just got back from a concussion. Get the hell out of bounds.
But you're not even going for a first down there. Yeah. Like, you're not stretching yourself out for a first down. You're just dicking around on the sideline. Yep. Get out of bounds. If you're going to just – he wasn't going full speed. He was just dicking around.
Right.
He
wasn't trying to cut back.
No, he wasn't trying to get a first down. He was lollygagging on the sideline. You're in play, Dick. You got – and you're going to get completely cleated on that thing because you're screwing around. He, like you said, running back, going to put his head down. He is going to prepare for the hit.
Right.
Deliver some punishment.
Yeah.
He was just sideways to the defender.
If I were him,
around on the sideline.
I would have gotten out of bounds just to protect the necklace. That necklace.
Oh, I know.
Or the turtleneck, for that matter, which can be also raised over the face.
It goes along with the personality.
I will say, he does, coming into the stadium, he did dress like a cartoon villain. You know what I mean? With the leather trench coat and all that.
Well, him and Scadda both should be hit.
Agreed.
On every play.
I think we have to be a little careful. The necklace, I think there's some story. I can't remember it exactly that we.
Of course.
We won't talk about it again. Then all right.
It just has something to do with his sister or something.
Oh well.
So
all right.
Great. I'll leave that one alone.
Then it's cartoon villain is inexcusable.
Then you're essentially.
I'll make fun of him for the turtleneck until I'm blue.
Jesus God.
But listen, if there's a story behind the necklace, he has to wear it. I mean, it would be completely dismissive.
There's no other way to honor his sister.
That's right. No. On the field, very important.
I don't think it's actually bling.
Whatever.
Yank that off of him.
Suffice to say, it looks douchey. I don't really need to hear the story because I like thinking it's douchey. John, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, I was just going to say, the hit against Drake in the Tampa game was fine as far as where it happened. The issue with that was that it was pretty much helmet to helmet, and that wasn't called. That was the problem I had with that hit. But with regards to the Giants the other night, don't forget, the series before, when Dart tried to slide in the pocket and he slid late because he's a clown, and I think it was Landry came in on him, they were trying to start a fight on that too. So the Giants were overly sensitive.
I think the Giants
Dart and doing
and I also think the Giants knew things were getting out of hand in that they were. I think those fights were as much about this is the only way we're going to be able to prove anything tonight because we're being overmatched.
Badly outclassed. And head coach who doesn't know what he's doing.
And you can't even have a holder without moving the bottom of the ball, forcing the kicker to put his foot in the turf.
That's a first.
The Giants special teams were as bad as I've ever seen.
On that punt return, and it's not taking anything away out of Marcus Jones, on that punt return, he returned for a touchdown. I could see the gunner just give up on it before he took off. Right when he caught the ball, I saw the gunner give up on that play. He stopped running.
You have so there were 4 plays. I think they were all in the first half, right? So you had the long kickoff return that gave the Patriots the short field to start the game. Jones's punt return, the Young Hoku kicking the ground, and then the fumble on the kickoff. I think all 4 of those were in the first half, right?
I want to say that Olszewski thing came.
I wouldn't have.
Olszewski got knocked out. So
the Olszewski thing was the first half, right?
Yes, that was the first half. Yes, that was all in the first half.
like I wouldn't let my special teams coach on the bus after that first.
No,
half.
that was a terrible display. And the Oshevsky thing was, there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, like, you get knocked out, like you're gonna let go of the football.
No,
but
of course, but like
the one that,
being exposed to like the part of it's like that he was exposed to the hit.
If you're being like you want to be like ticky tacky about what happened in that game, the only thing that I, as a neutral party, would take offense to is that the celebration on the sideline over the fumble once you already knew that you had knocked the guy out. Like, that's like I mean, you didn't knock him out like, driving him back into the ground. You knocked him out because you helmeted him.
Right.
Which it was, I guess, technically not illegal, which I didn't understand, but I guess it's not. But if you want to talk about a borderline hit, that's the one I'd have an issue with, because, I mean, you could ruin a guy's life.
Right.
Like the Jackson Dart thing, stop dicking around the sidelines.
Hey, listen, I gotta get out in front of this because I really stepped in it with this necklace thing. Bert's absolutely right, and I need to apologize. Turns out he was asked about the necklace. He revealed it belonged to one of his sisters, and he borrowed it.
Oh, all right.
I didn't know.
I was wrong.
All right.
I was wrong.
Quote,
I was wrong.
I put it on.
Changes everything.
Shush, John. Quote, I put it on, and it's been good luck for me ever since. The quarterback took the necklace from his sister's room. I saw in her room, and I thought, you know what? I kind of like it. And he says his sister doesn't mind the fact that he took it. And now his little brother has ordered one, too. So I did not know the importance of the necklace, and for that, I apologize to Jackson Dart.
I knew
and
it was
everyone
some
listening.
sort of family thing.
He
Like,
could
I
have
figured
taken
maybe-
it out of a coffin of some dead relative, and I wouldn't care. Doesn't mean you have to wear it.
I thought maybe somebody was sick or something. I couldn't remember the whole story.
Like, if your mom had a beautiful brooch,
He borrowed it.
like a huge brooch of like a butterfly, and you were like, she died when I was a kid, and you walked around with a huge butterfly brooch, I might go, why do you have that on? And you go like, well, my mom died, and she used to wear this, and I'd be like,
I will say,
everyone's mom's gonna die.
I will
you don't
say
have to wear a butterfly brooch.
I'm not like huge on his eye black either. Like that's
It's
just
cool.
The one
it's
eye.
only one eye.
Ooh, very, very classy.
It's because you're not a fan of intimidation.
Yeah,
is why.
Isn't that a Star? It's like somebody said to me that's a Star Wars thing.
Why are you looking at me? I don't know.
because you're a dork.
Jesus Christ. I wear glasses, but give me a break.
Because you're a huge. Well, you play
God.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Of course.
You didn't have a lot of friends.
I'm sorry, Bert. I didn't have that. I apologize.
I looked at everybody. I don't know why you're so sensitive.
Because he knew you. Because he knows what the
Because we all
situation
looked
is.
at John.
Christ.
Yeah, it wasn't just you. All right, Chris, we will get to your call because it does need to be addressed. Your stupid video. But nonetheless, we will be.
Oh, yeah.
But we will be. Oh yeah, you're dumb, and it wasn't because of what you were saying. It's that stupid cigar. You really. I've lost a lot of. It's not that you were trolling. I know what you were doing. It's that cigar. I have a problem, and
you have
it's
a problem
not.
with the cigar.
Yes, and it's not because you were trolling. I know what you were doing. It's not what you said. It's your affectation was
Bert
very
Glass
annoying
will be
to me.
preempted this week because we need to spend the remainder of our time on that video.
No, I mean, not necessarily the remainder of the time, but I do need to address this to your face. I was not here on Monday. Controversial absence by me. But
Didn't Zoe get after you for that?
it's a transference thing.
Controversy.
He's going to get. He loves when I'm gone.
I did
'cause
catch the Gary Tanguay thing yesterday too. I need to. I'll get the update on the break.
Well, Gary Tanguay, whole 8 o'clock break. He's not joining us, but it needs to be discussed. He's doing podcasts and things, but won't talk to us. I have a big issue with that. Thank you. Those are the next two things that will be. Your dumb video and Gary will be the things that are talked about next. All right, here are the headlines.
Essential Sports.
Hey,
and Hardy with blunt honesty.
I am not known as Mr. Fun.
Dutcher and Hardy continues on the Sports Hub.
I love this song. My kids hate this song so bad. It's much I play it all the time.
Kids don't like Fugazi.
No, they do not. And I don't like a lot of Fugazi, but when they hit it, they hit it. I don't like when the other guy sings at all.
Guy, I never know how to pronounce it.
Picolato or
Picciotto or however.
Yeah. He stinks. Are you that emotional, kid? Are you that emotional? He put himself through a basketball hoop.
Iconic photo.
It's a cool photo, but it's not so cool when it's the video. Look, you're climbing around all right. Good for you. Chris, go ahead. Chris! Oh, Jesus.
He's on a 15-mile hike. He's in boot camp.
Well, Chris wanted to address Bert's stupid video that he made after Ohio State beat Michigan. All right, you have some of this video. Go ahead.
I felt good. So we did it up there in the snow, in their conditions. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong in the first quarter. We closed it out with.
Okay, stop it there. All right, so stop it there. All right, so what Bert's a big Ohio State guy, and they beat Michigan, and it's like a celebratory video where he's obviously trolling on Michigan fans. That's all fine.
I felt good.
So, there's a little context to some of that.
Okay, but the cigar.
So the cigar
is the douchiest thing in the world. First of all, it's not lit right. Second of all, you can't get any words out. It wasn't. There's cherries all over the place.
It was lit fine.
And second of all, like you can't talk because you obviously don't know what you're doing.
Okay,
you're sucking on that thing like it's
and I was holding
like
a
it's
phone.
manhood.
So I was.
So drop the cigar.
It's very phallic.
So there were a couple of pieces of context that, like, I admit, like, to my larger audience, like, this is such a targeted thing. You know what I mean, to a certain set of people. So first of all, last week, all week, there's this perception that we can't play, that Ohio State can't play.
Okay, can I stop this now? I don't care about that.
That's nothing to do with it.
I get what you were doing, and I don't have a problem with it. You were trolling Michigan fans. Yep. I understand. Dude, I'm not I might not know the most, but I'm aware of the rivalry.
Michigan-Ohio State is a big rivalry.
Thank you. I'm aware of all that. And I don't have a problem with you trolling the fans, and I don't have one problem with one word you said. So I want to stop that conversation. It's that effing cigar, and it's not just you. It's a problem. Again, more friends of mine than not smoke cigars. I don't care. I can't because of my throat. I wouldn't anyway. I always go to cigar bars and I just buy a pack of cigarettes because I go, why am I wasting my time with this stupid cigar? But whatever. My best friend smokes cigars. I don't have a problem with it. If you want to smoke a cigar while you're playing golf, if you want to smoke 100 cigars, Ron Bennington's an incredibly funny man. He walks around with an unlit cigar. I don't care. It's the Rogan affectation, like you're doing something cool having one. If you want to smoke them, smoke them. But the idea that it's adding some kind of
You're very affected, Bert.
He knows what he did. He knows
very
what he did.
affected.
That you're like adding gravitas to something by sucking on it is douchey. And
I'd had a bunch of afternoon beers. So there's that.
Nothing wrong with being drunk.
That's part of it.
No problem with that. No problem with the Natty Light. I actually respect the Natty Light.
The Natty Light was actually a direct response to Rich Eisen because Rich had put up last year a incredibly douchey Michigan man thing with a glass of wine. So he had like a glass of wine and like tipped the wine like the pretentious Michigan, and so
he was playing into it, and I got the Natty Light, and I kind of got like the Natty Light thing. I understand you're not drinking Natty Lights, and I understood the joke kind of. Like, I didn't know the context of it, but I got there was probably something to it.
Yeah.
And there's nothing. Look, you went out and bought a Natty Light at your age, which is kind of impressive.
I told my friends, like on my text groups, a few of us bought Natty Light this year to try to turn the tide.
Good. Whatever. That's all fun stuff. Yeah. Like, again, so I don't want to get bogged down in the things that I didn't have an issue with. Didn't have an issue with making the video. I didn't know the context, but I understood there was probably context to the Natty Light. I get you're trolling fans. The way you're speaking, like I understand like what you were doing. You were deliberately trying to annoy people.
Yep.
But you were not deliberately doing what you were doing with the cigar. You thought it was coming off way different than it was, and it was coming off terrible.
I didn't.
You know it was too because you made a face when I was talking about it.
I wasn't trying to be cool.
No, and you weren't.
I was trying to rub it in their face.
No, but you didn't. You turned the tide on yourself. You looked like a kid whose dad, when you got caught, would make you smoke the whole box. Like you looked like me when I was 11, like getting into my dad's smokes.
I'm not like a cigar aficionado.
No,
I do know how
kidding.
to smoke one. I do know how to smoke one.
Well, yeah, you put it in your mouth, but you don't know how to talk while you're smoking one. All right. Anyway, don't do that again. Is my advice. You can do it as much as you want.
The one thing is like I was juggling with two hands my phone, the beer, and the cigar.
So maybe the cigar is the thing you don't need.
And Fred has no issue with any of the things that you said. I do. Specifically,
you're on my side on this, right?
You know how I feel about Michigan.
Yeah.
But to say they got the venue they wanted, like somehow it was incumbent upon Michigan.
Like it doesn't snow in Columbus.
No. To choose where they got to play the game this year.
This is why I defended myself on the snow thing, because I'm telling you, Michigan people, like, I have a ton of Michigan people in my life.
Yeah.
I got sent the weather report, like, daily last week. Oh, hey, look, it's going to be 20, because we throw the ball. Well, oh, it's going to be 25 degrees. Look, it's going to be snowing. You guys are screwed. So that was part
How
of it.
did Michigan get the venue they wanted?
Why would you do that if you're a Michigan fan? Like, send the weather that it's in your favor.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
You guys are screwed.
No, I know, but why
Coast, West Coast?
No, but before the game.
The whole thing was like,
No,
in your head. Like,
again,
so everything went wrong early in the game. So, like, that was like,
no, but
okay,
but the thing is, why would you advance that things were in your favor?
Yeah,
like
somehow make it look like it's not a pure victory.
It's not one is in the north.
No. Why
South.
would the Michigan fan?
You guys grew up around
why
these
would the
people?
Michigan fan? No, everyone's missing my point. I'm on your side with this. Why would a Michigan fan in advance of the game go, things are in our favor?
That's what I just said. Because then it makes it sound like this isn't like a real victory.
They think
the field is tilted for us. I don't know why they would do that.
They think it's all in Ohio State's head.
What, by telling you? Like what I'm saying,
around these people?
Like what I'm saying is, like, why would you make it sound more likely before the game that you would win? If anything, I would go like, oh, well, this sucks for us. Like this, to kind of prime the pump for us losing. And then if we win, you go, look at what we overcame.
Man, if we beat you with these conditions, then you guys really suck.
Rather than going, like, first of all, it's the notion that Michigan this year was better than Ohio State.
What was great was at the end of the third quarter when they played Mr. Brightside, seeing all those dorks and like them still singing, like while Ohio State is shoving the ball down their
It's like a Sweet Caroline situation when you're down 8 runs.
Yeah.
You guys know what the student body there is like.
Oh, yeah, they're a bunch of dorks. No question about it.
Somebody did suggest
no one's actually from there.
No, that's terrible.
Someone suggested we swap out Bert's cigar for an exploding cigar next year. So then, and that way we
That would be quite the gag.
We still get the
Bert Blast.
We still got it in there.
All right, Bert. Thank you for addressing that.
All right, thanks, guys.
It was very controversial.
I hear the next break is much anticipated.
Yeah, we got to get into Gary. He's doing podcasts. He's doing everything. He will not do our show.
I heard he's a big star now. I might text him later. I hope he hasn't changed his number.
It's probably an answering service now.
I mean, does he have like a 310 area code now?
Yeah, he's gone completely. He's got a 90210 zip code. All right, Bert, thank you so much. Read him in the MMQB. We'll be right back.
I felt good in the snow.
LA after the birth of his second child. Patriots off for the bye week. Travion Henderson yesterday voted the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Month for November. Red Sox made a trade. They sent outfielder Joe Stinson Garcia and a minor leaguer to Pittsburgh in exchange for 27-year-old starting pitcher Johan Oviedo and a pair of minor leaguers. And the draw for the World Cup starts at noon in Washington, D.C. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by the Double Bonus Card Special at the 99. Visit this Friday through Sunday, and for every $25 you purchase a gift card, you get two $5 bonus cards. You gotta love the nines. I'm John Wallach on Boston's Home for Sports, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 8:30.
Here we go.
Boom. I win. Kaboom.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
We've got a passion for Boston sports.
Get angry.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
Oh, boy. I guess it's time for more Toucher and Hardy on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Well, good evening. How are we doing? I'm cold. Tired of the cold. Now I know what it's like to be old. In for Dan Ray. Chopped up the ice. Come on, y'all. Mrs. Lloyd.
Hey, we're Toucher and Hardy, and we can be viewed on YouTube. If you subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub, our videos are up there for a long time. If you're listening to us on podcast and you'd like to watch it, that's an opportunity for you. Gary Tanguay used to do the show on WBCN, which was 20 years ago, and was one of the first hosts on this. Hosted middays on this show. We've had Gary on forever. I co-hosted a show on NBC Sports Boston with him. I used to do it once or twice a week as a co-host. I thought they were going to teach me television. They didn't. But, I used to go in all the time. I've met his family. I know Gary very well. And I do a Gary impression, but I've always thought the Gary impression was not talking about him negatively in like anything that was I felt insulting to him as a man or his career. His book, self-admittedly, is a little ridiculous. Like, it's just a preposterous thing, and I think it was written in that way.
She slung the soaked limb over her shoulder and waded back towards the beach.
I thought Gary was good on TV. When we talk about him guest hosting WBZ, it's not about him being a bad host. It's about how ridiculous political callers are at Tonight shows. I've always thought Gary was in on it. So I found out Gary was doing The Paper Company. Now, obviously, I'm a big Tim Robinson fan.
Chair Company.
Chair Company. The Paper Company is another show. The Chair Company is a new Tim Robinson show. It's very popular on HBO. And Tim Robinson, I've been a big fan of for a long time. He's a Detroit guy. I know people that have worked on projects of his. I knew about it. I Think You Should Leave before it came out. I had a friend.
Wallach turned you on to it?
He won't watch it, even though
right.
every time we talk about it, even though there's clips that we play, he has no idea what.
Stop crying.
He doesn't know who that is. He doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't care. He's just so not intellectually curious. He doesn't care at all. He's more than fine with just letting it pass over his head. But
why would I watch that one? I got a perfectly good Spencer book I've only read 4 times.
My best friend called me crying, describing I Think You Should Leave bit before the show came out, the one where he's eating the thing and gets diarrhea and sick and dies from eating the coupon or the receipt. Anyway, so turns out Gary's doing the show with Tim Robinson, The Paper Company.
Chair Company.
Jesus Christ, sorry. The Chair Company. And so I am like, hey, Gary, I text him, which is not odd for me to do. I text him and I'm like, hey, I heard you're doing this show. That's so, you know what? I'm going to find it, dude.
Yeah.
It's going to take me a second, but just give me 1 second to find this.
No, it's worth it because it puts it in context, and I think it speaks to the relationship that you have with Gary, that I have with Gary. I consider Gary a friend of mine. It hurts that he won't talk to us about this. Right? And he just made it pretty clear to Adam he was going to pass.
Yeah, I'm not friends with Gary, but I just like you. Like, I would have Gary on my show when I was on BCN before you guys had even come to BCN. I mean, I've known him professionally for years, and it's just odd that he would just suddenly start passing on doing this show.
I erased them all, but suffice it to say, they were like, Gary, I heard you doing the Chair Company or the Paper Company, Chair Company. That's so. I'm sorry, I'm going to get stuck on this now, but that's so awesome. I'm a huge Tim Robinson fan. How was it? Can you come on the air and talk about it? So he texts back and he goes like, nah, these things often get like left on the cutting room floor. I'm not sure I'm going to be on it. I'd prefer just not to talk about it. And I went, oh, yeah, totally understand. Okay. Meaning that if he was on it, he'd talk to us. So it turns out he's going to be on it. And then we find out he's going to be on it. So I go, Adam, I already tried. And Adam's now hot on it because he wants to talk to him about working with Tim Robinson.
Yeah.
And I'm not lying. Like, I wanted to go like take us through the whole process. How'd you get the role? Like, when you were out there, how was the filming? Like, how's Tim Robinson? Like, creatively, were you nervous? Like, all these things that are legitimate questions.
Yes.
So Adam asked if he want. Now Adam's mad at him. I'm not.
Yeah, I am upset, and you guys know me well enough to know I don't like.
Adam's
I'll
pissed.
tell you
I'm not pissed. I'm just mystified.
I'm a little hurt.
Read the text that he sent me.
I'm not hurt either, but I'm just mystified. Go ahead.
I'll read the text that he sent me. Hold on. Let me give me a second to find it on here. Cause same thing. Like it was like polite, but it was almost like dismissive. He's like, yeah, I'm all set, guy. I hope you guys are good. It's like. Well, no, we're
I'm
not
all set.
Like,
are you?
I don't know.
Are you all set, Gary?
Is that what you
Hold
got?
on for a second.
Oh,
Let me
that's
make
not
sure.
Well, he's all set. All his ducks are in a row.
Set.
By the way, get his
Hey,
scene.
Adam,
Get his big
you
scene.
guys. I'm all set.
Hey, Adam. So I said, good morning, Gary. Congrats on getting some screen time on the Chair Company. We'd love to have you on to chat about it and catch up. Can you join us at 7 o'clock tomorrow? It's just like a couple weeks ago. Hey, Adam, thanks, but I'm going to pass. Glad you like it, Gary.
Oof. Oh. Do you? Are you glad?
That's the Heisman right there.
All right, so play Gary's scene. Play Gary's scene from the Chair Company. Play his scene. You have it.
Oh, God.
That's what I was telling you. I was telling you to get it up. Play his
You
scene.
didn't tell me anything.
I did before you read the text.
It's in
say
yesterday's folder, right?
Yeah, that's
tell me what you
keep
tell
at
me.
arms length.
I can play. I got it.
You just play it then. 12, please.
It won't take long. It's only 8 seconds. Here you go.
No, I have to apologize about Evan. They asked him if they could dye his hair at the stylist today, and he was too polite to say no.
No. All right. So I could see why you wouldn't want to talk about that. There's a lot on the line. So it's Hollywood Gary now that won't do the show. But what he will do is we got an email yesterday that Rich Keefe has a podcast called The Dork Podcast. I've done it. Yeah, we've all done it. Except for John, because why would he? Because he's too on the nose. So and I like Rich. This has nothing to do with Rich Keefe or his podcast. But I will tell you this, just by a matter of fact, nothing against the podcast. And obviously, Rich, if you're listening, this has nothing to do with it. Way more people listen to this show than listen to the Dork Podcast. Way more people probably listen to the midday show on EEI than listen to that podcast. It just is what it is. But Gary, who cannot have the same relationship with Rich Keefe that he has with me, went on that podcast, which is strange. Now, I haven't heard
when Gary was the midday host here with Tanguay and Zolak, I worked with him. I was in with him every day for 6 months.
He was like, you got to watch every Red Sox game. That's what his big advice to me. He used to try to give me advice about sports radio, and thankfully I didn't take it. But nonetheless, Gary did the Dork Podcast. So since we can't have him on by proxy, I guess we'll just use this as our thing. And again, none of this is going to make fun of Rich Keefe or his co-host. This has nothing to do with the Dork Podcast or that being any kind of bad quality show, because I got an email like, why are you ripping on this? Not from Rich, but like, why are you ripping on the show? And I'm like, not at all. It's Gary.
Well, you haven't heard it yet either, Fred, so you don't know that you're going to make fun of Gary.
Yeah, I'm pretty good inkling. Here we go. Or unless I wish we weren't doing this segment then. All right, so here's Gary on the Dork Podcast.
Well, this just goes to show how the business works in the
Yeah. All right, guys. Looking for you newbies just doing some dork thing out of Boston. This is how it goes in La La Land, otherwise known as Garyville, all right? Now, look, I know you guys aren't going to poke fun at me, so I can really let loose. This is how it goes in Hollywood when you're going to make a noise on film. Now, look, I played a corpse in The Blob 6, and it was kind of the same deal. Gary had that expression he had to make on the Chair Company. Not so much a line as a reaction, a verbal, non-word reaction.
Well, this just goes to show how the business works. And the acting business is no different than broadcasting, Rich, as you know.
As you know, Rich, as being on one end of that devil's threesome.
It's It's kind of got that Martin Short Three Amigos vibe to it. You know, I was talking with Dorothy Gish, you know, Lillian Gish's sister. And she says to me, young man, you have got it.
And look,
Lillian Gish, true story.
Look, they call it La La Land for a reason. I mean, it's a beautiful mess.
Because it all comes down to relationships and networking, which is actually something I enjoy doing.
Really?
Because I enjoy meeting a lot of different people in the business, whether it's radio, TV, or film, or whatever.
I especially love the casting couch. What do you want me to do? Pull them apart? What do you want me to attack first there? How am I going to get this part, leg? You tell me. Look, do you want me to wear lipstick to the audition or not? Hey, why is this audition at your apartment? Wait, why do you live in a daily rental? That doesn't seem something like someone in HBO would have.
So I was on Don't Look Up with Adam McKay, and Adam McKay is a huge basketball fan. Huge basketball fan. Well, I mean, this guy knows the NBA inside and out. Grew up a Sixers fan. And, you know, when he found out I was doing the pregame of the Celtics, he just wouldn't stop talking about basketball.
Guy wouldn't leave me alone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to write the script with you, Adam. like, get on point here. I'm punching this thing up. You know, when Adam approached me, he's like, "Can you punch up Anchorman?" I was like, yeah, I'll get to it.
Gary Hollywood name dropping is giving very much Eddie Trunk name dropping.
Well, at least I've heard of Adam McKay.
Right.
So I got that going.
So when I got in Don't Look Up, I went from having 2 lines to like being in 7 scenes and working a week. And I just really got along with Adam and the crew. And they didn't use all the scenes. They used like 3 or 4. So when I saw that Adam was producing the chair company, I just started putting my feelers out, and I have no idea if my connection with him helped.
And feelers mean my hands.
I just parked my car in front of his house and didn't leave. I lived in my car.
Put
for
a
month.
boom box on
I
my
said, we
shoulder.
got at least 20 grand left in the 401k. Let's buy some airline tickets. You know, that refrigerator coup where I took money out of my 401k to buy appliances and told Fred that was a good idea. Allow me to mentor you, son.
You can skip to the next one, I think.
All right. So he is, again, he can't do the show, but he can do the Dork podcast.
And so Adam McKay.
I'm glad we didn't have him on because this is atrociously boring.
Involved with the chair company.
Yeah. And Adam McKay, of course, the director of all those Will Ferrell hits. He's obviously got a big relationship with Gary, thereby getting Gary that sigh that he had in the chair company that he was too good to talk about on our show.
We shot at various locations. We shot a bunch of different times. Like episode 4.
You can't see me because I'm off film watching it across the street. Someone had laid down a shooting schedule on the ground. They'd thrown it away, crumpled, and I was able to uncrumple it. They didn't tear it up. So I said, you're going to be on the corner of Hollywood and Vine, eh? All right. Well, I've slept out there before.
I'm actually in episode 4. It's like I sat there getting ready for episode 4, and I said to my wife, who thinks I'm nuts, like she doesn't want, your spouse's significant others, they don't care what you do.
Yeah, they're so used to they're used to it by now. They're like, Gary.
Another red carpet? No, thanks.
Yeah, like, Gary, how often do I have to sit here and watch you cook? And it's like, you're a character in the next book, woman.
Like, they don't listen to you on the radio.
Why don't you just open that refrigerator and enjoy how cold all the meats are in there?
Like, they don't listen to you on the radio. They don't care about your hot takes, and which is great, which is what you want. So she's like,
I don't need some broad who's with me just because I'm in the biz, right? I need someone to ground me. I don't need some chickadee sitting there and fluffing me every time that she sees me on the tube. You know? I need a broad that sticks it back, a saucy Suarez type, you know? A lady that's going to really lay down the law. Gary, I'm sick of watching you sigh in all these things. Even though Knives Out I talk about openly and actually was in it.
But my son's friends love the show. So I'm waiting episode 4. And I go, we shot for a whole night in a restaurant. And I went, boy, I don't know if this, when we were shooting it, I said, I don't know if this is going to make it. Because
it wasn't cooking. I felt he didn't have it. Robinson didn't have it that today. And I told him. I said, Robinson, this dialogue.
I said, yeah, I didn't want to embarrass him. I pulled him aside. I said, come here. This isn't working.
You're not shooting film, right? So you can let me cut loose a little improv in this thing. It ain't going to waste anyone's time. Look, we're indoors. We don't need light.
Yeah, right.
You know?
Daylight's not an issue.
Yeah, just give me 6 takes to really let loose.
We're going to vamp with it.
Yeah, right. Like, what about chairs on wheels, right? And then they all laugh and we have fun with it. I'm riffing on chairs. I like them with, what about rocking chairs? What if someone cat walks by, gets his tail stuck in one, right? Little gift to the fan, a little Easter egg.
it was repetitive, and I didn't know if they need, after when you watch enough TV.
You didn't know if they needed you? The answer's no. What, you didn't know? What, are you, an idiot? Of course they didn't need you.
You can figure stuff out. So
you notice I'm getting a little angry.
Sitting in the restaurant, and it's in episode 4 when you see me through the window for like 10 seconds.
Right, yeah.
All that.
And then I was arrested.
All that talk.
Again, not supposed to be on set, but I knew it was an oversight. I knew they wanted me there. Closed set doesn't mean closed to everybody.
Yeah, remember the Today Show from May 12th, 2004? Remember that guy with the sign that said "Happy Birthday,
Gladys,
Glenn, Jane Pauley"? Jane Pauley's posse started that whole endeavor.
That was a 3-minute scene.
Okay, I can't hear this though when you're talking.
Right, that we shot. That ended up being 10 seconds in a way, but it totally made sense because once you saw the story strung together, you didn't really need it. But we had a great time. I mean, Lake Bell is a blast. She's, she was fun. Catherine, who played my wife, who's a veteran Broadway actress, she just...
Yeah. Fiddler on the Roof.
Oh, Calcutta.
And we talked about how, like, TV, we always thought TV was beneath us because we're theater folk.
Yeah.
But
that's where the real actors
but
are.
then when the cable stuff came out, and it's really the new film,
She just ended up doing 5 years of Harry Potter in London. And now she's doing William V or whatever in New York.
Yeah. Whatever crap you want to throw up there for the dorks. So I'm up here with some broad from London. A chick with chops. And when I sighed, if you notice the look she gives me, it's like jazz.
And I told her at the time, I said, that's a little too much for the camera. You're doing a stage.
You're effing me with your eyes during this scene, and I'm married, and I think that this ain't going to go over well in the homestead.
That's a stage gesture. You need to make it smaller for the camera.
Yeah, we're not playing to the back of the room.
Come
here.
on, this is a medium shot. Don't do too much. I helped her along.
And we're married, so like this lust is gone, right? Like we're in cruise control now. Like it seems too fresh the way that we're vibing.
And then Joseph.
Joseph.
These names that he's dropping. Catherine and Joseph.
That's what we call the Technicolor Dream Code around here. We just call it Joseph. Joseph in her role.
Who played Lake's assistant. He's a funny dude. He's actually a puppeteer by trade.
Oh, Jesus, Gary. Is he? It's fascinating. This guy I don't know does something stupid. You're quite a craftsman. No wonder you're a best-selling author. Can't do our show. This wouldn't have happened if you did the show.
So you meet a lot, like, unlike sports, which is great, you just...
there's no meat on the bone. Unlike sports, which is great if you're an idiot and you don't want to flex a new muscle.
You just meet a lot of different, interesting people who aren't arguing with you all the time.
That's right. It's more of an artistic endeavor.
This just goes to show how the business works.
Yeah.
Thanks. So now I know how to get a 10-second sigh.
Tell me more about the puppeteer.
Well,
I don't know how much time you have.
You know, this guy that you never heard of does this thing that's stupid that no one likes. So you know how it is. You meet a bunch of people with stupid hobbies. All right. Cedric Maxwell is unfortunately in sports, and we'll have to deal with him. He's got nothing to say.
Yep.
So we'll just go through our pointless, grueling endeavors. Now, look, there's no way you... Maybe, John, during this, you stand outside that window. We get a camera on you and try to add to it. All right. We'll be back in just a moment with our friend Cedric Maxwell.
mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first
Why are
thing
we
you know,
playing this? Is I guess Cedric wanted us to.
Every week I ask Cedric how he wants to be brought in, and he asked for the Beverly Hillbillies theme this week, and I was happy to oblige.
He's just seeing if he'll do whatever he wants.
Here we go.
It's actually a way of dominating you. Cedric Maxwell is the Celtics color analyst, and you know why Cedric likes it? Because he saw himself in those characters, all the African-American characters that populated the Beverly Hillbillies.
I was just thinking of.
Yeah, I saw that. Me being a poor white person and becoming a millionaire. Yep, that was right. You're right. You're spot on, as somebody would say.
Yeah, there were so many black people that worked at the bank, too.
Absolutely.
Cedric
Absolutely.
Maxwell is the Cedric.
You know, I hadn't thought about that. You're so right. I don't think there was ever a black person on that show, Beverly Hillbillies. I can remember now.
I think you're safe to say in mass media in general, there wasn't too many black people in that era.
Well, there were a lot of black people on the Jeffersons, so.
But that was later. The Jeffersons was on yesterday. I saw the Jeffersons.
Really?
And it was it was an episode where Marla Gibbs, had a friend coming over, but she didn't want her to know that she was the maid. So Mrs. Jefferson pretended to be the maid.
Oh, okay.
I found that there are all these stations on cable I didn't know existed in the thousands. Like it goes up into the thousands. I thought it stopped.
Oh, yeah.
But you get some real garbage. Cop show called The Rookies. That's from 1973.
Whoa.
Yeah, you want to know what I'm doing when I'm home. Well, anyway, Cedric, you all know he's a color analyst for the Celtics on 98.5, the Sports Hub Celtics Radio Network. Cedric, thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you for having me last night, gentlemen. When we landed last night at Hanscom, it was probably in the 1, 2, 3 range last night, I think.
Oh, we're up early. I mean, we experienced it this morning.
Do you have the ability to remote start your vehicle? So you're sitting on the plane, but you fire that thing up so it's nice and toasty warm when you get
No, because we have to walk maybe like 2 football fields once we get off the plane. So I don't have the remote starter that's going to go that far, I don't think.
Are you driving now?
No, I'm always driving now.
Oh, I thought you used to not drive.
I did until I moved out here to Easton, and then I got a car. That was I had been in Boston for 22, 23 years and did not have a car, and then I finally got a car a couple of years ago.
I always envied that you didn't drive. I
did too, and the fact that I caught the train, and I think I got more exercise because I was walking a lot of places when I was downtown Boston.
I didn't know you were in Easton, Cedric. We're practically neighbors. I'm in Canton. I plan to go to the Festival of Trees in Easton this weekend. Maybe you'd like to go.
Absolutely not. that would be like going. Well, I'm going to Toronto, so that's already a festival when we leave out of here tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon.
That's okay. It goes through December 14th, so we'll pick a different time.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, then we can go have hot chocolate together. We can do that. That would be good.
That would be sweet. Oh. All right. Well, look. The Celtics went through a stretch where they beat a very good Pistons team that was looking to have a historical streak continue. They beat the Cavaliers. Then they turned around and beat the Knicks. This is a big deal.
Not to Michael Felger.
Oh, why not? You guys talk about Felger a lot. Do you listen to the show a lot?
Absolutely not.
Okay, you don't. But then how are you so aware of what he's saying?
Because Sean Grande is attuned to all that stuff, and he comes back and says, Felger was talking about us, and he said this and said that. And I'm like, how do you look? When I'm on my off days, I'm not trying to listen to, Felger talk. I'm good.
Can I explain this? You're cool, and he's not. That's cool.
Well, okay. Well, we'll stop right there. We'll go on. We don't want the feud, the Clampett feud, to continue between you and Sean.
Oh, I didn't even mean that on the.
Leave it, the Hatfields and McCoys.
No, go right ahead.
Not do that.
No, I actually meant that. That had nothing to do with Grandy. I just think someone coming in and reporting to you that a sports talk host was complaining is, what do you care?
Well, that would be true. Now that part really would be true. I wouldn't care a nickel about what somebody is referencing towards you, especially, here's the grand old thing. I hope when you guys get there, when right now you think you don't care, but when you really get to 70, you ain't going to give a damn at all. You just go, okay, whatever.
It's like one of the few advantages of aging
absolutely.
Is that you start of I haven't gotten there obviously nearly enough, but there is much more than when you're younger. I think 30 to 45, there's a lot of caring what people think a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
In my 20s, I just thought everyone was dumb. And now I just am I'm dumb and I don't care.
That is true. Here's one of the words we use in the South all the time. Somebody says something about you to say what? Mm-hmm. So you go, say what? And you just keep going. You let it go.
I've never heard that before, Cedric. Thank you.
And then it made me mad the other day. I was and I'm not sure if you guys experienced this. I was actually at Dunkin' Donuts at Encore Casino at about 1 o'clock in the morning. As one person working, I'm standing there. I finally get to the front. I make my order. There's two guys. There's one guy behind me, another guy behind me, young black kid behind me. And I'm sitting there, and the lady gets my order. She's the only one working. She walks away from the counter. The guy behind me, somebody comes up and starts talking, and I'm just talking to him. But the gentleman behind me, the young kid, starts going, hey, have you guys made your order yet? I said, yeah, we have. He said, we need to move over there so, the line keeps going. I'm like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? Nobody's here. The lady's gone already. Oh, I wanted to start a fighting Encore, but I didn't want you guys to be, get word of it, back at the station.
I mean, it would have ruined your career. I mean, you couldn't have that. People expect more from you.
There's an F and then up, so I try to leave that alone.
All right, but so you do think it is impressive that the Pistons were really, at least the Pistons. I mean, that game meant a lot to them. I mean, it had to. So it is. You can't ask for them to do more.
They're beating all of these teams that are supposed to be the powers of the Eastern Conference, and they're doing it without Jaylen Brown. I mean, Jason Tatum.
Yeah, I mean that is impressive.
Yeah, it's very impressive. But we've talked about this before on your show, and the fact that this Celtic team is going to win more than and hold your breath, Celtic fans who want this team to tank. The fact that Joe Mazzulla is coaching them, these guys are going to play hard for him. And in the NBA, if you don't have as much talent as other teams, if you play hard every single night, you're going to win more than your share of games because you outwork people. And the Celtics have done that in the last 3 or 4 games, and they've coupled together some guys who played well. Jordan Walsh has been a beast here in the last 2-3 weeks. He's coming to his own, and I think that's a real good thing for a guy who really knows how to defend and can take the pressure off of maybe Brown when it comes to rebounding or defending those key personnel out there.
I'm wondering, Max, because it's Neemias Queta and then no one else as far as big guys are concerned. How much longer can they get away with playing basically 5 guards?
That's the beauty of the NBA now, John. For whatever reason, you can go out there with Minot and play against a bunch of people. I think sometimes when a Karl Anthony Towns comes to town, he exposes you a lot more by not having another true big, somebody just to keep him away from the basket. But the new NBA and a lot of these teams you play right now, they don't play power basketball. I tell you when the Celtics got exposed like that. They got exposed on another time when they played Houston. That team is like about 6-7 feet tall all across the line. And they exposed the Celtics for being small because they were so talented and so physical.
How they beat the Pistons then? Because the Pistons are
Duran's a rebounding machine.
Yeah, they got tough bigs. I mean, how did they manage to beat them?
They did it because they were consistent on the defensive end. What we've seen them do in the last, 3 weeks is the fact that they are connected, and they if one guy comes over to help, somebody's beat, that guy help out, and then it just goes down the line. They're starting to do that consistently, and they did that with the Pistons. They have big-time rebounders, big players all over the place, but the Celtics just kind of willed themselves, and the fact that Brown has been so incredibly dependent and hot, shooting the jump shot, the mid-range, he's gone absolutely crazy. He reminds me a lot right now, dare I say it, of Paul Pierce in the mid-range. That jump shot has just become lethal. It's almost like in a rocking chair, guys trying to block it, but he's just fading, and nobody's been able to contest him. And he's really carried this team.
And Max, those are the two things that I think I like best about the team right now. Number one, the emergence of the jump shot and Jaylen Brown's reliance on it and his comfortability with it. But you just said the other one was the rebounding. Jordan Walsh in that Pistons game. He had a great rebounding night against the Knicks, too. I think he had 3 or 4 offensive rebounds alone. And Missoula's got to be as pleased about that as he is anything else.
Well, you think you put those guys together. You put Minot together. You put Jordan Walsh together. You put Hugo together. These are young guys who are aggressive as hell, and they would run through a fire pit with no shoes on for Joe Mazzulla. And it's really crazy. Joe has this thing that, about being cold. I guess obviously from West Virginia. He always says it's a state of mind. It was 2 days ago we were leaving Hanscom, and somebody gets out, and it was cold. I got on the cold gloves, and I see somebody with shorts on. I'm like, who the hell is that? And I realized it's Joe Mazzulla. Yeah. He has this thing that pain is like cold is only temporary. I say, not to me, buddy. Cold is
no kidding. That's a man who's never been.
It goes to your bones, man. Please.
Yeah, go break down in the middle of Juneau, Alaska, and go walk around in shorts for 3 hours.
Joe might try.
Good, then he might lose a leg.
You know what he does all the time? He takes these ice baths. With the Celtics all the time.
Here we go. That's a magic word, Max.
I mean, that is a measure of toughness, because that is something I do as well.
To me, you know what? I am one of these guys. If my fiance puts her feet on me, I'm going. I sound like a little girl because I hate cold. Some people are just the opposite. I can't stand it. If I get in the shower, and you happen to sometimes you turn it on, you try to step in there, and the water hadn't heated up yet. No. Oh, my God. It can't be a worse feeling trying to get out of there.
Yeah. I got no problem with that. I'm pretty tough that way.
No, I'm with you, Max. I'm always cold.
It's a measure of a man. It's a measure of a man. Look, we don't have any more time.
Okay.
We love talking. Man.
Do you like doing this show? Don't act like you don't like doing it.
I love doing this show. I enjoy the banter that I have. And, a guy came up to me the other day, another guy just out of the blue going, hey, man, I really like it when you give it to John Wallach on that show in the morning. I was like, Jesus Christ. John has these fans that are absolutely bananas all over New England. They're always, John Wallach, hey, he's the band, he rocks.
No one's ever said that to you. No one's ever said that to you.
Yes, they did. Truly, they have.
They said he rocks.
Yeah,
and it's that kind of voice too.
The Wallaholics.
Yeah,
they're out there.
Wow, I like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will tell you is that they want him to do play-by-play. That's what they all want.
Well, he will get his chance. I think I think Sean has a gig where he's going to be out for. He's doing the fight between.
Logan Paul and whoever the hell.
And I think John Wallach is coming back to the mic again. And here's the beauty about that. John is already preparing. He already has a saddlebag full of stuff that we don't even want to hear.
Max,
but he's going to empty it out though.
Well, he's simple.
He does the work. I'm telling you what he'll do. He's with you guys now. When he does the work, somehow he's going to throw it in because he's not going to go for naught by doing that work.
It's wasted time if I don't.
No ability to improvise. That's absolutely correct. And I will compliment. I will compliment Sean Grandy. Grandy's good at calling fights. How about that? Mm-hmm. I think he's a good play-by-play basketball guy too.
Excuse me. There's a breakthrough, Henry Kissinger. Hold on a minute.
I never said he wasn't good at calling play-by-play. I never ever didn't say he wasn't a very good play-by-play guy.
I hope he gets this.
I've always said that.
I'm gonna talk to him about it today because he gets a little upset when he hears his name on the radio or somebody says something about him on our station.
Well, then, okay, because we shouldn't be able to. Well, listen, tell him that I think he's a good play-by-play guy. How about that?
I will do just that, and I will tell him that you said you wanted to have coffee.
No, I don't want to be friends with him.
Thank you.
I do. I don't like him as a person. I don't. All right.
Baby steps, Max.
Yeah. Well, no, never.
Oh.
All right. What do I need to be friends with him for? All right, Cedric. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, gentlemen. Have a good day.
Thanks, all right, the same. All right, we got a break. Here are the headlines.
East.
We are Toucher and Hardy. We played Gary Tanguay talking about his time on the chair company where he delivered a grunt. He was on the Dork podcast. Fake Gary Tanguay is on the phone. Gary Tanguay, hello.
Oh, it's insulting. It's not Gary Tanguay. Let's get it straight.
My apologies. Not
No, it's fine. Well, waiting on holds for a while. No wonder I don't call you guys. This is the treatment I get. But I did get to listen to Cedric the Entertainer there for a bit, so that was nice. Thank you for that. I was going to save this for the new year, but fall book, you guys could use all the padding you need or you can get at this point, right? So it teach you a little lesson in character development and, a little master class in impressions as well. So get ready for this, right? So, yes, I am not Gary Tanguay, right? But clearly, with these recent events, I've evolved. Nick, you're a nerd. You'll love this. It's a good villain origin story, right? So, hold on. Let me get the new guy out. Hold on. Hello, this is Big Shot Gary Tanguay. How's it going?
Okay.
You have to do a satisfied sigh. Because I don't even have to look hard for it. This is Gary, the first thing we played.
Well, this just goes to show how the business works.
Well, here we go again, newbie. For the uninitiated, here's how the biz works.
He's actually a puppeteer by trade.
Yeah. You know that guy? The one that you never heard of? Guess what what else he does? Something
He's
dumb.
actually a puppeteer by trade.
Yeah, he does something dumb. Not only do you not know or care about the guy, he does something you don't know or care about. So he's on brand. That's what we call it in the biz. You know how the biz works. It's topsy-turvy. One day you're on top, the next day you're on the bottom, but it's called survival, baby, and that's what I do. You know?
Have you watched the show yet?
I watched the first episode, which I thought was funny, and people say that the first episode's not funny, but I thought the first episode was funny.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're doing a little more setup in the first episode, and then it gets into the... For Tim Robinson fans, the longer the show goes, the more you're going to like it because it gets weirder.
I mean, he does the hellscape of corporate work pretty much better than anyone. The scene in the Skin and I Think You Should Leave where the lady says in the human resources meeting, I'd say, hey there, banana breath, da-da-da-da-da, and her, just how she keeps giggling at herself, just the boredom and the everything, the just tedium of it, that it's nightmarish how he does it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the egg thing too. When he's
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Yeah. So, it just showed. Just anytime we have to do anything corporately related, if that was all I had to do, a lot of sympathy.
It's an easy watch though. The episodes are 27, 28 minutes, and you just you'll if you start watching it this weekend, it'll be tough not to sit down and just finish it.
Well, they end the first one well. I mean, he gets the pipe. The guy hits him with the pipe, and then takes off slowly, and has the wherewithal to unbutton his Hawaiian shirt so he can't grab him. So, I mean, I am interested in what's going on.
It's Mike.
Okay, I didn't know the guy's name.
Oh, you're going to get to know him.
But, he gets brained by a slow-moving lead pipe wielder. And that's how the first episode ends. But, I do have 10 minutes to spare to watch The Jeffersons, as I did yesterday, or a show called The Rookies from 1973, of which the chick was so hot in it that I just kept watching it. She had big breasts for the era.
Yeah.
Very thin with large breasts. And I'm like, that didn't happen every day
rare.
in 1973.
No.
It's kind of getting back to that now. But, 90s, 2000s, I mean, that was every
73,
other girl.
that's Twiggy era.
Exactly. That was the wayfish model, which I'm not a fan of. So, I like a woman that looks like a woman. And so, this woman, and not but very thin waist, a crop top on, and big boobies, and I was like, "What's going on?" No bra, but perky, but not perky so much as, but standing up.
Sure.
big old cans. And then, they make of course they make a production about it.
Oh, yeah.
They reference it.
But, in 73, you just can't show it. There has to be dialogue.
Yeah, they were like basically winking and pointing, like, huh?
Yeah.
Like they kept talking about how hot she was.
Yeah.
And they want her for a crime, but they take her out for coffee, because it's under the guise of dating. I have a feeling he banged her, but I couldn't sit around any longer.
That lasted into the 80s a little bit. I mean, if you watch any episodes of Chips, you'll notice that Ponch was not afraid to make time with women who maybe not being investigated for crimes, but now I think would be frowned upon in terms of not being the most professional thing to do.
All right, give me 10 seconds. Read the self-destruction of Eric Estrada in the world of Chips. How he almost single-handedly through his own hubris destroyed that show. Like he got mad at Larry Wilcox like for being too famous, which was ludicrous.
Ponch got mad at John.
So he got him fired from the show, thinking that nothing could go wrong. And just destroyed the thing in his career.
He was right to do it. They didn't name a band 7 Mary 4, which was Frank Poncherello's call sign. That band named themselves 7 Mary 3. That's John Baker. So Eric Estrada saw the writing on the wall.
I know 7 Mary 3 from their constant Guitar Institute of Orlando commercials featuring their guitar player when I lived in Orlando. But Trejo book is how I found out about how Estrada ruined part. That's how I got down the rabbit hole when he did the movie Guns featuring Pandora Peaks with Eric Estrada. Danny Trejo was on a plane with Eric Estrada, and Eric Estrada did not treat him well. Let's just say that. All right, Kendra Middleton is here, and she will be in with us as she is. And she will actually be with us for a full show before Christmas. How about that? Does she even know that? She does know that. She's always bitching about not getting any time. Well, how about now? And it wasn't even our idea. It was your boy over there, his idea, when he's not telling us to end the show early. All right, Louth. All right, we'll be right back.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy on the...
Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins blew out Jim Montgomery in his return to TD Garden. They beat St. Louis 5-2. Pavel Zacha, 2 goals. Morgan Geekie, a goal and 2 assists. Bruins off tonight. They host New Jersey tomorrow evening. Charlie McAvoy skated with the team in a red non-contact uniform yesterday. Celtics didn't have Jaylen Brown last night, and they still produced their largest win of the season, 146-101 over the Washington Wizards in D.C. Derek White led 6 Celtics in double figures with 30 points. They're back home tonight to play the Lakers. Grandy and Max have the pregame at 6:30 and the tip-off at 7 here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. L.A. won in Toronto last night, but they did not have Luka Doncic. They may not have him tonight after the birth of his second child. Patriots off for the bye week. Travion Henderson yesterday voted the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Month for November. Red Sox sent outfielder Joe Stinkson Garcia and a minor leaguer to Pittsburgh in exchange for starting pitcher Johan Oviedo and a pair of minor leaguers. And the draw for the World Cup will take place at noon in Washington, D.C. Sports Hub headlines are brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. Enjoy the game with the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cask matured Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, it's Tully time. Please drink responsibly. I'm John Wallach at Boston's Home for Sports 98.5 The Sports Hub. Your next update at 9:30.
No matter where you go, you're always connected to Boston.
Before?
No.
All right, so we are Toucher and Hardy. We are in the we are available on YouTube. Kendra Middleton from DraftKings Sports, or brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, is here. So you can see her if you subscribe to 98.5 The Sports Hub on YouTube. So the Anarchist Cookbook, you didn't have that? You didn't know about that when you were a kid?
I mean, I know what it is, but I mean, I know the name, but I really don't. It's literally like instructions for making the things to get up to no good.
Well,
and I was a good kid.
Well, about
you're a bad kid.
About 3/4 of it is how to make calls without spending money, like make calls out of payphones. So that's not of big interest to anyone, or how to make like free long distance calls. Like a lot of it's really boring.
Okay.
And but a lot of it, there was one thing that was, you take a tennis ball and it's like a lot of making bombs. And so like you take a tennis ball, I'm telling you this because it doesn't work. You take a tennis ball and you like cut it in like, did you have a lot of free time in Jacksonville, Kendra?
No.
You guys didn't light fires and stuff when you were a kid?
I played 2 sports and I worked in high school, so.
Yeah, this wasn't so much high school as it was middle school.
Yeah, we did all this stuff. But
I didn't play any sports.
We didn't need a damn book. We didn't need a damn book to teach us how to do it. We'd make the tennis ball cannons and stuff like that.
Okay.
I was like a homeschooled nerd now.
Okay, well, I mean, it just was about having free time and having nothing to do. So you cut out like a tennis ball, like where it's still like held together, but you can get stuff inside of it. And you take, I don't know why you would do this, but you take a bunch of bottle rockets and you empty out the gunpowder, and then you take a bunch of wooden match tips and cut off the match tips, and then you put sandpaper in there. And supposedly when you throw it, in theory, the match tip hits the sandpaper, it creates a spark.
Whoa.
And then it lights the gunpowder on fire and explodes. So we would try this.
Blast!
And we would sit there like idiots and just cut open bottle rockets and just in while we got like little tiny like scraps of gunpowder and do that. And then ultimately we would just pour gasoline over the tennis balls and light them on fire and throw them.
Yeah, because this isn't really getting it done. This isn't scratching the itch.
Yeah, but it did teach you how to make napalm, which was something that we did. And it not hard. And that worked. And that would just be that you lit a fire on the street and then you realized that there was no putting it out, so you just walked away. That was basically the whole napalm thing. Not a lot of fun, but it does work. I mean, it doesn't. It's almost impossible to extinguish. So you would go to a piece of road and you would make the napalm and you would lay it down and you would light it, and then you would walk away and go, oh, we can't put it out. Okay, well, this is boring.
Well, we did it all under the guise of fireworks. So, we would get fireworks leading up to the 4th of July. And I remember it was one summer, we had gotten into August when my mom said, okay, it's not the 4th of July anymore. You guys are going around blowing stuff up every day. You need to stop. I know you're not doing this for the 4th of July anymore, but, we had saved some stuff. Then we started making our own things, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made us read a story in elementary school where a kid went blind from getting a bottle rocket to the eye, or it was a Roman candle or a bottle rocket to the eye. So I was never one for playing around with that stuff.
Well, that was Silver Bullet, where he actually blinded the werewolf with a Roman candle.
Is that a book from like being a kid?
Stephen King, Silver
no,
Bullet.
no. This was a kid's book. They didn't have us reading Stephen King. Believe me. Wood Creek Elementary.
With Corey Haim as the kid.
Is that right?
Yeah, kid in the
That's right.
wheelchair. Yeah.
Okay.
Blinds the werewolf with a Roman candle.
So he's in the book. He goes, picture Corey Feldman.
Haim.
Oh, he's like, Corey Haim, the dead one. Kid, wheelchair. Just you picture it.
His uncle's Gary Busey. He makes him a hot rod wheelchair so he can outrun the werewolf. This is the actual
Dad, Gary Busey type. This is how I write. It's for the screen.
It's a ne'er-do-well uncle.
Yeah, think Busey. This isn't a novel. That's how I described all my characters. Like, some porn chick from the 90s. There you go.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's my description. What do you want, words? I'm just going to give you facts. All right. So, Kendra, we have a Slack channel. Now, Nicholas is going to be in for this, so let's get Nick in studio.
Start it up. Start the music.
I had it ready to go, but then I had to get my bottle rocket ready. Here we go. Oh, he's moving fast. Look at him.
Not that fast.
Is there a midway in between those two?
No.
Stuck the landing. There he is.
Nah, a little early, but nonetheless. Nicholas, in Slack, Nick is good about putting articles in Slack, which is a channel that we use so we don't have to do group text, which I hate. So my headphones go off when I get a text when I'm walking the dog or something, and I'll have like two idiot friends texting back and forth, interrupting when I'm listening to.
Dude, I just told somebody yesterday, one of the guys I was at the movie with, I'm like, enough with this group chat we have going on for this golf thing. 80 text messages if I leave my phone alone for 2 hours, and they're like, oh, you're going to make fun of us. I'm like, you think I'm reading these? I don't even read them.
It's like they're arguing, and I can't tell if they're being serious or not, and it's just so annoying that I'm not participating in this anymore.
Right.
And there's only 3 of us, and I've never responded.
That's even more annoying. They should just
just get like, why don't you text each other? Like, I don't care about any of this. Like, I could be doing something else. Like, and it's just like the thing interrupting all over and over again. I'm like, stop. That's what you got to say to get it to stop, like playing the text messages. Just stop. All right. So anyway, so we don't have to do this because sometimes you guys do that too. I'll be asleep and then you guys will start like ass grabbing on the. It's happened once or twice on text, show text.
Well, we
So
all
I'm
know
glad we
that
have
you're
the Slack.
napping or something like that.
No, I know you don't know, but I'm just saying it's annoyed me. I didn't say anything about it because it's not your fault.
But this other thing was annoying.
But this was annoying. So what, Nick? You know what we're talking about, Nick?
Yeah, I do.
Is that so? Nick said Drake May's wife does like cooking videos.
Yeah.
But he didn't. He's like Drake May's wife, and then he's like Dave Portnoy ruined this Drake May thing, and it's a picture of who could have been anyone, but I guess it's Drake May's wife.
The annoying part was that Nick described it as Drake May's wife does these social video posts, but the comments were so unhinged that Portnoy got involved and ruined it. I'm like, how? What? And there was a screenshot.
Clear, and I apologize.
Well, you were also incorrect. Like,
I was
they weren't
incorrect.
unhinged.
I used unhinged incorrectly.
They were actually quite clever and
they were
like fun and like funny.
Yeah.
So like there are rare instances online still, very rare. Usually at the infancy of the medium, much like Twitter was funny with funny people doing funny things, like Neil Hamburger, the guy that did the humble brag thing. Of course, Dad, the great of all time, the GOAT, Dad Boner. All these things were legitimately funny until it was overtaken by non-talented psychopaths. And, there are sometimes on Instagram where people are clever. Like when I found Tony P in D.C., who's a fan of the show, Boston Kid, and he would put these earnest videos, and he's not doing anything wrong. And he became very popular because the people in the comments were all on this brand of comedy, like not really even talking about Tony, anything he was doing, but just this fantasy world of Tony's that was on point. And he was very smart, Tony, if you're listening, I truly mean this. You were very smart to not get involved or not address him. Now he has started to address him a little bit, and I think he should lay off that. But maybe, what do I know? I'm not a social media influencer, but Kendra is. So suffice it to say, there were all these things. They were having a lot of fun, and then Portnoy inserted himself into it just to say, I can't improve upon this. And to that, it's like, wow, well, you mean you can't improve upon this? Wow, it was cooking. Thanks for stepping in and saying that. Like, it's like really getting a nod of approval from the chief of everything. You can't improve upon it. And so what you're saying is that disrupted the flow of the thing, Nick.
Yes.
And Kendra, you would agree with that.
Is that an accurate description of what happened?
I have no idea.
Okay, but
I didn't know that was like a thing.
Okay, whatever. It probably wasn't. So anyway, Drake May's wife makes cooking videos.
Yes.
Okay,
and they're very cute.
Okay,
and people leave funny comments.
Okay, but comments not making fun of her.
No.
Comments like that are funny in like a vibe, and they're all the same sentiment.
Tongue in cheek.
Like a little tongue in cheek. All right, so you have a game. It wouldn't be any funny for us. But since Nick is a master of this, what is the game?
I have 5 videos of hers where I tell you what the video is. I read you 3 comments. 2 are real, 1 is fake. He's going to have to guess which comment I made up.
Okay, very good. All right. Let's try.
Let's see how this goes.
Yeah. Let's do 2 or 3. All right, here we go.
Okay, so is this comment real or fake from a video of his wife making sourdough? I'm going to give you 3 options. One of them's fake. The first option, Giselle never made us bread. The second option is careful with the jalapenos. Drake has a sensitive tummy. Mm-hmm. And the third option is every time you cook for him, his arm gets stronger.
I'm going to say C is going to be the incorrect one or a fake one.
Correct.
All right.
Yay!
Very good.
Yeah, Nick.
Now they are in their early 20s and they live in Westwood. My ex-wife's good friend is a neighbor. Direct neighbor.
That's exciting. That's exciting.
Now, my son has been on the field of 2 football games in numerous locker rooms, but yet has never expressed the sense of wonder and joy than seeing Drake May's home from a distance after he was being told last spring that he might have torn his labrum. That was of no interest to him.
Being in a yard 200 yards away from Drake May's yard was more exciting.
That we found an orthopedic surgeon that could see him at his house, because we were in a state of luckily his labrum wasn't torn. He's just overly sensitive. But that whole thing, like his baseball career being in jeopardy, was put on hold momentarily while he looked at Drake May's house from a distance and asked if we thought he could knock on the door and get him to sign baseball or football cards.
No, you may not.
I don't care if he did it or not. Do it all you want. You're 17. I'm not his neighbor. If you want to knock on Drake May's door innocently as a kid and ask him to sign something, I don't have a problem with that. Look, I wouldn't do it. But I'm not. What am I going to tell him not? He didn't do it.
As your father, you can tell him not to do stuff.
Well, he wasn't going to do it just then, and I didn't really think he was going to drive back to Westwood and knock on the guy's door. But you know what? There's enough telling him not to do stuff. I thought that was we were in a safe space where I didn't have to annoy him. All right, perhaps only one last one of these. Let's go. All
okay.
Right,
that's so good though.
No.
Okay.
It's Nick got it right. I don't like that.
She is filming a game day outfit video, and your 3 options are...
Is she wearing snakeskin Ric Flair things like Jordan?
Now, you would call this a game day fit if you were doing the video, Kendra.
I would.
Yes.
Oh, my God, you're a fan.
No, I did not say that.
Well, how'd you know?
I just... Because
he's a fan.
I see them.
Yeah.
Because he's a fan.
I roll my eyes and go to the next thing.
Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
Okay. The coat is sensible and chic. It is the Drake May of coats. This outfit has the same composure in pressure situations that Drake does. You took the night off, so King Drake decided to cook instead. What a guy.
B.
You're correct.
Yeah, wow. B's the one that it wouldn't be on brand.
Nick. See, it would have been funny funnier if you guys were doing it because he knows the comments. That's why I did this.
Nah, I don't know if there's any scenario that it would have been funny.
You're right. Your Gary Tanguay thing for 40 minutes has been hilarious.
Wow! Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was. Thank you very much. All right. Kendra Middleton is here. That's right. She's got. She's
Limited
got
to one segment today, though. Thanks for coming in, Kendra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you got to go.
Okay,
All right.
see ya.
All right. So Kendra is here. How'd you do last week with the gambling?
Last week was a terrible week for me. The week before that, we went positive. So we're back. I've had a rough 3 weeks, but
Okay, but you were red hot.
But I
before
did
that.
hit my bet last night, so we kicked off the week with this.
I have a success story for you from Thanksgiving that I'll share with you.
All right, very good. Kendra Middleton is here. We will go over all those games in just a moment.
You're listening to Toucher and Hardy. Sports Hub.
Around the NFL with Toucher and Hardy.
Hit somebody.
All right, we are Toucher and Hardy. Kendra Middleton is here, and last night you had the Detroit Lions winning a must-win game.
I actually had an Isaac Tesla anytime.
Yeah, they pronounce his name weird.
Everybody says it different, so I just say it like I don't know.
Yeah,
Like I read
it was annoying me how they were saying his name because
How do you
it should
say
be
his name?
Tesla, but they weren't
Well,
saying
they were
it like
saying
that.
it almost with a sh sound, like the
Yeah.
Teshla.
Yeah, like
yeah,
I
I
didn't
think
care
that
for
that's
it.
but I thought I've heard Tesla. Like I don't. Does any? Can
was
someone get
Tesla.
the correction? I think you're correct, but
was
that's how
Tesla.
they were saying it last night. It's the same with that Chris Collinsworth Mariota thing the other night.
Oh, Jim Murray was lost his mind about that. Yeah, we've been calling him Marcus Mariota forever. And then the other night, they just decided that it's Mariota.
Yeah.
Mariota.
Yes.
Did you bet on the game last night, Kendra?
I had the anytime.
Oh, for Tesla.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
And
so-
he did, and he scored. So
Yeah, he
there you
did.
go. Because you didn't think St. Brown was playing, and that's why you took it.
Yeah, and it pretty much when I was looking at it, half of his catches this year have been touchdowns. So I was like, if he wasn't going to play or he was any more injured than we thought he was going to be last night. So it was
St.
a
Brown
good hit.
doesn't play in that game; they don't win. And
Agree.
what a gutsy performance from the guy.
Yeah,
A
I
team
agree.
that the according to Patriots fans, they just steamroll. That they would just steamroll that Lions team.
I think it was just one Patriot fan called up and told you that.
No, I got a lot of pushback.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. I
No,
didn't see
a
that.
ton of pushback. A million. Are you kidding me? From that Callahan segment, about as much pushback as I've ever gotten on anything.
No, just specifically the
No,
Lions.
but that was kind of the whole thing about it. Is
Right.
that
Yeah, no.
Callahan was describing the NFC as being way more difficult than the AFC, and then it was the hypothetical of if the Patriots were in the NFC. And I said, I don't think they beat the Lions. And then that got like a tremendous amount of.
Every top 20, every NFL power ranking list has the Patriots at number one that I saw.
Yeah, now. And the Lions were number 1 4 weeks ago. So I don't know what to tell you. It changes
It's a
week
big
for week.
It's a big week. It's a massive week for the AFC. So,
Yeah.
Hardy, what do you want to talk about?
Well, first thing, I just want to tell you, Thanksgiving, the Lions blew up my parlay early, and I doubled down on them. I had them. I had Lions money line, I had Chiefs, and I did have the Bengals plus the points. But then I doubled down the lines. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make a couple other bets on the game. They all lost. So after that game looked like it was not going my way, I just went the other direction, and I went Cowboys money line, and then I ended up doubling down on the Bengals, taking them money line also. But what really got the pump primed was Michigan State was playing North Carolina. They were down 7 points, and ripping a page out of Freddie Teed's book, took Spartans money line when they were down in the game, and I did nothing but win for the
Look
rest
at
of the day.
you, Sharp.
For whatever reason, Michigan State basketball never gets like nearly the recognition. And this is great that they should. So like they're always. If just last year, betting on them when they were down, the money line when they were down in the game, the odds were like astronomical, and I made enough money where I was like real money to buy something with, like thousands of dollars off of that. Which for me, my point of gambling is just so I don't have to deposit more money into the gambling account, like because I don't like gamble that much, and I've been terrible this year, unless I was certain. The 3 bets I've given on in the year all hit. But other than those 3 bets, I really haven't won a bet pretty much for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I had a great first 10 weeks.
Oh, you ripped me for the bet that I won the last one.
Oh, what was
13
it?
and a half Jets dogs.
Oh,
to
did that hit?
That hit.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah, but you said that's what then now you know how people feel annoyed when you talk about Jacksonville, which I thought was unfair because I like it when you talk about Jacksonville because it's almost like you have institutional knowledge. Like you watch more Jacksonville than anyone else that would talk about betting Jacksonville. So I take it when you're talking about betting them.
That bet hit.
Yeah, and so that's the thing is that like if I'm like, I don't think it's a big statement going, I don't think the Jets are going to lose by 2 touchdowns, which they could have. I mean, they did just squeak by with that, but they did win. All right, the bet.
Okay, Hardy.
All right.
Where you choose? I sent over my options.
Yeah. All right. Let me ask you just to start, because I have all of your picks here. What is your favorite? Because I think I know what it is. What is it? What is your best bet of the weekend?
The Bengals.
You have 5 bets.
The
here.
Bengals, for sure. Best bet of the week.
Okay.
Is that what you were going to guess?
Nope.
Wow. Okay. No, I'm going to go with the Bengals. It's the third time that Joe.
Bengals are +6 at Buffalo.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Let me give you a stat, and this is from my colleague Evan Abrams at Action Network. As an underdog, Joe Burrow is 20-11 against the spread as a starter in his career. When Burrow closes as an underdog of 3 points or more, he is 10-10-1 straight up.
Okay. Now, I don't hate that bet, but I think Buffalo is playing a little bit. No, they are playing better lately. I thought it was going to be Pittsburgh also getting 6 on the road at Baltimore, because Baltimore is trending in the other direction.
That is my most disgusting pick of the week. I know Aaron Rodgers sucks, and I think that this is a vibe play. People call it gut instincts in gambling a lot. It's fine when people say that, but when I say it's a vibe, people are like, wow, look at this dumb broad. But it's a vibe game for me. Lamar isn't fully healthy. Neither is Rodgers, obviously. But this is a typical Steelers Mike Tomlin. They are doubting us. Let's win this and then suck next week type of game. This just feels like an absolute Steelers spot. Like, do I think that the Ravens are going to win this game? Yes. But this is way too many points in a division where I expect it to be kind of like old school AFC North ground and pound football.
The Ravens aren't good.
No, that's why I thought this would be your best bet of the weekend.
Yeah, it's the Bengals, but that's probably my second favorite, so I will give you that.
All right. You are piling on Kansas City, who are struggling of late, and you are taking Houston at Kansas City plus 3.5.
3.5 is crucial here. No threes, 3.5s only. I think that this Texans defense is awesome. CJ Stroud looked better coming back from that concussion than a lot of people could have expected him to last week. And since last November, Patrick Mahomes is the least profitable quarterback in the NFL.
Oh, okay.
Wait, what's this stat?
Patrick Mahomes is the least profitable quarterback in the NFL.
Yep. Since last November.
Oh, really?
Wow. Yeah.
Okay.
So the 3.5 is crucial to me. I just think that this defense and the way that his entire right line of his right side of his offensive line is on the injury report doesn't make me feel great about that Houston defense either. No shot.
What is it that you don't like about Seattle? Now, maybe you like them to win against Atlanta, but you're taking Atlanta plus 7 points at home.
This isn't so much like an I love the Falcons play as much as it is the Seahawks are going through something, and the Falcons at least keep games close. Look at that game against the Patriots, right? Drake London should be a go. Kirk Cousins can't move, but run the ball. The fact that the Seahawks have been such a good road team, and that's kind of been the narrative surrounding them until the last couple of weeks, they looked like they were slipping. Look at all the points they allowed to the freaking Tennessee Titans. So I just think that this is a little too big. Probably think Seattle wins by 4 or 5 here.
I think that Atlanta's going to just lay down. They lost to the Jets last week.
I don't know. That division is kind of still wide open. The Bucs are struggling with some injuries. Look at the freaking Carolina Panthers. My over hit in week 13 on the Panthers season. I'm feeling great about it.
All right, so they're 4-8. Tampa Bay 7-5. Carolina 7-6. You think the Falcons are still in conversation of that division?
I mean, yeah. The way that the Bucs are a really good team, and they're winners, and they have the luck rankings on their side this year. But if something goes really crazy, they can't stay healthy. That's their biggest issue. It's not that they're not capable; it's their health.
Okay, because they didn't have Drake London against the Jets last week, who they lost to. And what's his face? Robinson ran for 142 yards against them, and they still lost.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
I could just see Atlanta coming in and just quitting.
Like
just
I said,
not wanting to be there.
It's more so just
dead home crowd.
They're technically not out of it, and Seattle has looked like they're going through something the last couple of weeks. I mean, seriously, that Titans game, what the hell was that? And Sam Darnold, a couple games before that, threw 4 interceptions in a day. Seattle's going through something. They're winning games, except for that LA game, obviously, but they're winning games that they should. So I just think that this is a little too high here. And it's that point in the season where you got to start looking at the value in underdogs, right? Like in the beginning of the season, everybody's the healthiest they're going to be. It's easy to say that the good teams are going to win games over bad teams, but everybody's going through injuries at this point. People are fighting for their season. This is such a huge weekend for the AFC. You got to start finding some value in these underdogs.
All right, well, you don't think there's a value in the Chargers being 3-point dogs at home. Is that because they got beat by the terrible Jaguars 2 weeks ago, 35-6, and that means they're a terrible football team?
It's actually because Trey Lance has been getting reps with the ones. It was more so me just getting in on this number in case it's a Trey Lance game than anything else. I put that on here just to kind of remind people that is an option and that is something that's been happening this week. So I expect him to maybe be like a goal line situation just because people are going to try and obviously bat at Herbert's hand. I don't think they're going to run a tush push or anything. But if it's, like a true goal line situation, I could see Trey Lance. If the number comes out for an anytime for him with any good value, might be like, a quarter unit sprinkle just for fun because that's kind of what they've been running this week. So
what's a unit?
It's like let's say you are a person who, on average, your bet is $100. That would be like your unit size.
Okay. So you would put $25 on this
Yeah.
game. Okay, very good. That sounds Lifshatzian.
Yeah, I don't love the unit.
Yeah. Well, it's a way to further sparse the, not in Kendra's case, I'm not making fun of Kendra, but it seems to be a way to kind of mitigate the importance of you getting the bet right? So I can get bets wrong as long as I said not to put a lot of money on them, right? I'm a quarter sure about this. This ain't a full unit game. This is a quarter unit game.
Right.
But that's what they want when the professional gamblers. That's what they want.
Why do you say units? Is it because you want people to think that maybe you're betting $2,500 as opposed to $25?
No, that's just how you track. So if you know how I track my picks.
Yeah.
You track how your unit size. That's how you.
It doesn't matter.
You should start
That's
tracking
not what needs
your
to be
bets.
stimulated.
No, seriously, it helps you figure out how much money you're losing. You can connect where you put all your apps in. Get the Action app. I'm serious. If you even casually gamble, watch where your money is going. Track your units. You can track other people.
How much are you up this year?
Probably 17 or 18 units.
Okay. And what's a unit to you?
We don't have to talk about that on the air. I don't think that's fair.
Okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. They want to.
Is it because you're embarrassed it's low or it's high?
No, neither. I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about money.
Yeah.
You found it's gauche.
The whole thing is about money.
Yeah.
So why don't you want to talk about it?
What's a unit to you, Hardy?
$1.
No, you don't bet 25 cents on a game. What would be a bet a bet you believe in?
40.
Okay, so mine would be 100.
50.
All right,
50 would be
that's
mine.
fair. Are you above or below all those numbers?
Above.
Okay, you're above those
Yeah.
numbers. Okay, so you bet more than us.
Yeah.
So
I
then,
mean, I guess.
well, in that case, I'd give the number because
No, that's not fair.
you don't make a lot of money. So if you're gambling a lot on these games, Kendra, you're not like a titan of industry. You're a up and comer.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying
You're
is
hustling.
So
Yeah.
if you're putting over $100 on a game, I think that makes you. This is in all seriousness. I tell you this off the air. I think it makes you look good. If you were going to come in here and say $50, I'd be like a big professional gambler. But if it's knowing that you're not rich, that if you're putting more than $100
I mean, this is a
on
job
an average
to me.
game.
Yeah.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
No, that was just. I would have said the same thing off air. That was just
No, I
my
know.
reaction to it.
I don't think that there's anything you would ever say to me off the air that you wouldn't say to me on, to be honest.
Yeah, I guess so. That's absolutely true. Thank you. That was a compliment that you just gave me, I think, to make up for your very nasty remarks about the Gary Tanguay segment, which I did not
Did I hurt
care
your
for.
feelings? I'm sorry.
No, it made me feel great. I liked it a lot when you ripped on the thing that I make my living doing. That's my entire soul.
Well, you just did that to me, so.
Oh, you did? That game was nothing. I was making fun of Nick.
Charles.
I was talking about the units.
All right, I'm lost.
Charles emailed in and said that Kendra stole the game. Why steal the game? You ripped off two stats in one lie. It's the same game. What are we doing here? Jacksonville ingenuity, I guess. Come on, middle sticks.
Well, and just to wrap things up,
Is it? I didn't know that there was a patent on games. Sorry that you could play with your. Sorry.
The Patriots fans are very on edge. They're 11-2 going into a bye. And I will tell you this: we got an
Tough time for
email.
them.
This will make you feel good, Kendra. We got an email ripping on me for going rogue and not getting right to the bit.
Wow.
The guy said,
You never do that.
Do you introduce? And you know what? It's always fails. Is that they're like, do you just introduce Kendra to get into something? And it's like, sometimes when a guest is on, if we're talking about something or something strikes our fancy, the guest is more than welcome to weigh in. But Kendra's a hang. Kendra's here to hang out. It's not necessarily to put her on the spot that she's in charge of doing everything.
I'm hanging out with my friends on Friday.
That's right.
There you go.
Yeah.
A Friday where I've been through it this week.
I can tell you're kind of grumpy today.
Yeah, the shingle shot,
The tooth surgery.
tooth,
Yeah.
according to the listener, getting off Prozac. These are things that are
That's right.
taking a phenomenal toll on me.
Mm.
All right, Kendra Middleton, how can people find you?
You can find me on the internet at Kendra Middleton or on Twitter, Kenny with an I. I think I'm at Kendra Middleton on the Action Network app as well if you would like to follow me there and track my units.
All right, there you go. Tracker units up there on the website.
Heyo.
All right, we will be back to steer the ship ashore in just a moment.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins and Celtics both produced blowout wins last night at TD Garden. The Bruins beat St. Louis 5-2 in Jim Montgomery's return. Pavel Zacha, 2 goals. The next Bruins game tomorrow night at home against New Jersey. Celtics erased the Washington Wizards 146-101 at Capital One Arena. Derek White.
list from the show. It's time for The Stack on Toucher and Hardy.
Colonel at the end.
Colonel.
Is it?
Yeah. And I was like, did I say it
Yes,
wrong?
you
And then I'm
can
like,
have
there's
it
no.
all at Colonel.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think it's colonial. I don't think that's what they want their business to be. It's colonialvw.com. There you go.
Here's something that's probably good. There has been a movie canceled, and that was
Thank God. It's about time something got canceled.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off spinoff, which was
Like
going
the
to be
TV
titled.
show that was Jennifer Aniston.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
This was called Victor and Sam's Day Off. It would have followed the own adventure of the two valets who borrowed the Ferrari of Cameron's father. In the movie, David Katzenberg was initially enlisted to helm the movie, which would have been his feature-length directorial debut. Way to strike while the iron is hot on that one.
Yeah.
Remember the two guys who took the Ferrari? They get their own
drive.
movie.
Yeah.
That's actually not even a bad idea. And it's like enough off the original script. It's like at least an interesting idea. So, yeah.
You would have been okay with that.
It's if it done right, I think that it's enough of like an outside idea. Like if you said they're making like a Ferris Bueller Day Off, like like if you did a white version of Friday or like a black version of Ferris Bueller's Day Off, I'd be like, why? It's just sort of is what it is. But if you're taking these two guys, yeah, there's something that you could go there with it. They've done it with other stuff.
That's Simone. She didn't do anything after that, did she?
Mia Sarah, I believe, was in Time Cop.
I don't think she was like well liked on the set. Like she didn't get along with people or something.
She's not that great in the hot tub when she's wearing her slip. Not overly like her body, not the greatest.
I don't like it.
Yeah, you like it.
It's not
'cause
all va-va-voom.
Well, it's almost like she's of no sex. It's almost like it could be just
asexual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's a Morrissey situation.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, things to do in Boston this weekend for Adam 12.
Oh, joy.
The thing that I think he would attend because of the price, but where it is, I'm going to say no, and that is the Open Newbury Street Holiday Stroll. So
I
it's
can't
not gonna
afford anything down there.
Well, that's why.
Bunch of window shopping.
It won't cost you to go anything to walk down Newbury Street, but when's the last time you strolled down Newbury Street?
Go do my, well, the last time I strolled down Newbury Street was the block, next to Mass Ave when you could go to Tower Records, then go to Newbury Comics, then go to CD Spins. CD Spins was the used record store.
I lived here when that tower was here, too.
Yeah. Well, now I'm reading that whatever it is now, a TJ Maxx is out of there in January. And what are they going to put in there? Like, what corporation is left that can take up that huge footprint? It's like 4 floors.
Maybe it'll be a mom and pop business.
Yeah.
The TJ Maxx on Needham Street in Newton is supposed to be virally known as the best TJ Maxx in the country.
Get out of here.
I swear to God, that's been told to me by several women.
You been in there?
Yeah, but I wouldn't know about it. But I guess
a Maxinista.
I am not, but I have been in there to kill time with my daughter. But apparently, they have quite the perfume selection at quite the great price. That's free advertising.
Tell Solak.
There you go.
Cover up all your sins.
The Boston Mayor's Enchanted Trolley Tour and Tree Lightings.
Ooh, I like trolleys. I don't like trees.
For the 29th year, the Mayor's Enchanted Trolley Tour will continue the festive tradition of lighting holiday trees.
Should we put lights on trees, or should she let them be, Adam?
No, I think we should put lights on trees.
Okay.
As long as
It's
they're
not
low
cruel.
wattage.
Interesting. All right.
No lit
loves
candles like they used to do.
Someone who loves trees so much, he certainly chops down enough of them and busts them up for firewood.
Do you replant where you cut?
Yes.
Okay, you do. You replant seedlings?
Sometimes.
So in 45 years, there'll be another tree there to cut down?
Give or take a decade.
Yeah, all right. There, yeah, 55 years? You'll be dead by the time those grow. But that's what you're leaving behind.
Yes.
Unlike any kind of financial security for your children.
No, just a nice tree to look at and say, yeah, remember when Dad was alive and couldn't provide for us?
Oh, you're providing fine. I'm saying post-death. They're going to have to make it on their own. Let's be honest.
Training them for that now.
That's your job as a dad.
That's right.
No one's attacking you as a father.
No,
Don't take it too far, Adam.
Oh, I'm not.
You just took it too far.
I don't even know what I said.
Nah, neither do I. I want to go home.
Yeah, same.
It's been enough.
Enjoy
You know what?
your weekend.
You're getting us out on time today. How about that?
All right.
Everyone
Yeah.
wins.
Hey.
All right, that'll do it for us. Everyone enjoy your weekend. It's an off weekend for your Patriots. Get full of things that you want to bitch about this week. All right, and you can bitch to the midday show, which you don't do too much, but you certainly do the afternoon show, because you can go ahead and get that. All right, that'll do it for us. I made a mistake and got a haircut for after the show.
Dumb.
Poorly planned by me on a Friday.
What were you thinking?
I don't know.
10:30 on a Friday?
I don't know.
Idiot.